wait for it to load. There he is. Good evening, my darling batlings, and also hi, Lulu, in the chat. I saw your picture of Miss Ember Pilkington in the Discord message you sent me. She is adorable.
Yep, the Charmander.
But can she build a crude suspension bridge to Venezuela?
I mean, she built a crude suspension bridge all the way from Hoenn to Kanto, and she literally does a lot of the cooking of the cakes in the bakery, so...
So you're saying she's got that cake, got it.
I mean, she works with my Gardevoir Mint in the Poke Cafe, so sure, yeah.
Oh, very nice. I would love to come there sometime. I've never really been to any sort of, like, themed cafe before other than, like, a local cafe to where I used to live that was, like, steampunk themed.
Yeah, usually with Mint, her cafe is just 1, no lewd, and 2, payment is in the form of cuddles and head pats.
Oh, perfect, so I can afford it.
Well, I mean, she really doesn't charge anybody for like desserts or like drinks or whatever. It's usually just if you want a tip that's of your own accord.
Are you trying to give me your diabetes? Because I'm going to eat so many sweets.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
She also does sandwiches too, you know?
Okay. Before we get too sidetracked, we're continuing Sonic Frontiers Mod Madness tonight. We're probably going to finish the main story tonight at this rate, since we're on the final island, and we might be able to start the DLC as well. And I have done, like, a pre-stream test of Frontiers to make sure it actually fucking loads this time and doesn't run like a slideshow. Turns out that was, you know, the new GPU being kneecapped by my old CPU. I'm still in need of a new CPU. I've eyeballed the one that would be within my price range and in terms of, like, performance that I need. I'll probably be able. I'm still accepting donations towards it through tips in the panel below. But I might be able to finally pick it up with my own money next month at the earliest, unless something stupid happens.
And just in case something does go wrong, we have fire extinguishers at the ready.
I also need to get some rubber gloves so I, don't short it out with static.
Yeah, I was gonna say...
And some thermal paste.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, because computer parts are very sensitive.
Yeah, I had rubber gloves, but when my mom came by to help me clean, she threw all of them out because she thought they were trash.
Wow.
I wasn't able to tell her because I was asleep.
So what you're telling me is your mother threw out your own rubbers. I get you.
Yes, sadly. Now I'll have to get deep in there without any rubbers.
Oh my god!
Just hope my pullout game's strong enough.
One can only hope.
You set me up so well for that.
Yeah, I did, but I also kind of set myself up for that because I just realized what I brought into this. Also, Night of the Wind playing. I've noticed one of my favorite Sonic themes.
Yes, underrated Sonic theme for an underrated Sonic game. Like, it got thrashed by critics at the time because it was the style of the time to just give every new Sonic game a 2 out of 10, whether it deserved it or not. I'm not gonna claim it's a masterpiece, but, it doesn't deserve the horrible scores it got.
Well, see, here's the thing. It has one of my favorite super forms, which is basically
Excalibur Sonic, yes.
That form is literally like, okay, I'm happy about this.
You'll be happy to hear about the mod that I used for the Night Titan when we fought it. It replaced its sword that's built into its arm with Caliburn.
Yeah.
But let's switch on over here and get the game booted up.
Yep.
Ah, we were just talking about Shantae earlier, and now one of the Shantae songs is playing, Dance Through the Danger, the promo song that they did for Half Genie Hero.
I think the only Shantae game I've ever played was the original Game Boy game.
I've played a
years
couple.
ago.
I've played it on a couple platforms. Because I picked up a repro copy off of Etsy. Because original copies are super expensive. Rarest Game Boy Color game that got a mass release. And limited run reissues are, not that much cheaper.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, Game Boy games in general tend to go for a lot of money, and it's like very expensive.
Nintendo stuff in general tends to go for a lot of money.
Well, that depends. That honestly depends.
The only thing that doesn't go for a lot of money I've seen from like Nintendo games is like Wii U stuff, because we're not at the age where anyone's collecting for the Wii U.
Well, the only reason you should even own a Wii U is for Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. That's literally it.
And I own a Wii U, and it's also good for DS emulation if you mod it.
Yeah, I have a Wii U as well. Unfortunately, I can't find my sensor bar or charger for the tablet.
Yeah, it sucks that the controller uses its own charger that's different than the standard chargers for everything else at the time. Like, not just, not USB, but it's a different charger than what the 3DS used.
Yeah, I mean, I still have my original regular Wii that I got for Christmas, and it still has like all my downloaded games on there, like all my Castlevanias, all the things I've downloaded. I think I even have Adventure Rebirth on there still.
Oh, cool. I've got Adventure Rebirth through the magic of internet preservation.
Yep.
And hacking.
Well, yeah, that's like the only way you could possibly play it, unless you have the Wii game downloaded before they shut the servers down.
Yep.
Which in this case, if that was the thing, I would have just sent you my Wii if you ever wanted to use it.
I mean, I have a modded Wii for more than just Adventure Rebirth.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, if...
It's it took me a while to install Adventure Rebirth on it because I had to learn how to install, like, Wii Shop channel programs. Like, stuff that you download through the Wii Shop channel, because you don't just stick it on a hard drive like you do with, like, retail Wii games. You have to install it to... you have to install it through a forwarder program.
Yeah, I never really messed with modded consoles, usually. Like, the only thing I've ever modded was... my SNES Mini, and that was through Hack-Chi, and that's the closest I've ever gotten.
Hack-Chi is real simple to set up, and it works for a couple of the like mini consoles. Like, it works for the Genesis Mini too.
Yeah, I noticed.
Like, I've got my Genesis Mini hacked to add not just, more Genesis games, so I can have all the Sonic games on there.
Sega CD and...
Sega CD, Sega 32X, and Sega CD 32X. Because currently, that's my easiest way of playing Sega CD 32X games on something resembling original hardware. Because, like... As much as great as the Mega EverDrive Pro flash cart for the Genesis is, that emulates not only Sega Genesis but also Sega CD, Sega 32X, if you have the 32X, itself, of course, and Sega Master System, but it can't do CD 32X games because that's just not how the hardware works. Like, it's a limitation of how the Genesis is built, rather than anything the flash cart can do.
Yeah, well, so I was gonna say, for CD 32X games to even work on a legit console, you have to have the 32X and the CD hooked up, and that's already like 3 bricks.
Yeah, although there is a workaround in the modern day for that, which is there was a there's a third-party adapter that plugs into the Sega Genesis and has three. It has like 3 of the barrel plugs on it, but it all plugs into one wall brick. So you can use like one plug slot to power all 3 devices.
I love Sega and all of their stuff at times. Like I even admit I miss Saturn and Dreamcast, but Sega had a real way of like making it very complicated to hook some stuff up.
Yeah. I will say, you're not missing much with the CD32X games, because not only are they all just FMV games that are already on the Sega CD, but while you do get cleaner video quality, a lot of times you get worse performance.
I find it funny how I've noticed that with Scottie Pippen basketball for that, if you, I forgot what it was, if you put the Sega CD version in and then swap it to the CD32X, without the 32X being hooked up while the Sega CD version is going, it distorts the video and it makes the game, like, it plays, but it's very distorted, like the voices sound very cursed.
Yeah, that tracks for how CD32X stuff works, because like it's using the 32X's video processor, but the Sega CD to actually read the games.
Yeah, because again, it needs the 32X to be hooked up to the CD in order to
Hey Iron, how you doing? We're just playing some modded Sonic Frontiers and yapping about old Sega stuff.
Hey there.
I should elephant in the room that I forgot to mention. The mod I used for Sonic this time, he's dressed as Goku.
Oh boy.
Like he's wearing Goku's
for the final...
he's wearing Goku's gi.
Now Sonic will go Super Saiyan like he's meant to, in the correct fashion.
You joke about that, but they the file names, at least, for the new form that Sonic gets in the DLC, go even further with the Dragon Ball Z references by calling the new form Super Sonic 2.
Well, the fact that... Well, it doesn't help the fact also that Dragon Ball and Sonic have, like, very similar properties.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can't overstate how influential Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z are to everything in Japan.
Yeah. Even though I find it odd that, even though, ironically, Sonic in Japan is not as popular as it is in the US.
Part of that is because Sonic was conceived as a character to appeal to the West. So he has a lot of traits that Japanese audiences don't find all that interesting. Or don't find all that appealing. That's why it was a big deal that Korone got into Sonic so much, because she was, like, one of the first big Japanese platforms, as far as, like, influencers go, to that wasn't at first officially affiliated with Sega, to be, like, into Sonic.
Yeah.
And she had never played Sonic before. She just started it on stream and got really into it.
Yeah, the one main thing I really want to do, and eventually me and my beloved move out to move into our own place, I actually want to get like a very big CRT monitor and actually like set up a classic gaming area, like a classic gaming room with like a Genesis and everything, just for the sheer fact that, one, I miss how a lot of those games look on an actual monitor.
Yeah.
Like you can't really beat how that looks.
Oh no, it's time to fight Mephiles the Dark. Memphis, Tennessee himself.
You should have stayed at the Tilted Towers, buddy.
I was prepping for something for us to do after Sonic Frontiers for another mod madness. Shadow Generations mod madness.
I mean, hey, I mean, it'd be pretty fun.
Which, there are some funny mods for that. The only thing is that would be a lot shorter, because Shadow Generations can be beaten in, like, one sitting. Because,
Shadow Generations is more of a side mode rather than the actual full.
Well, it is the selling point of Sonic X Shadow Generations, and I find it to be better than Sonic X Shadow Sonic Generations, in terms of level design and story.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, because Shadow's story in that is more of a side point rather than Sonic's in the main, is more of the main focus. But Shadow's stuff is a lot more it's a lot more fun and in-depth. Also, the fact that with one of the mods, we could just say, like, we could fight the devil from the Bible.
Yes, we can. That's one of the mods. It changes the,
name.
the boss name for Devil Doom's, new form, Devil Doom, to the devil from the Bible.
Devil from the Bible, yeah. I've saw that, I've saw that mod. I believe, God, I forgot who did it. It was one person who did, like, a Sonic, VTuber, did that mod.
It might have been,
it was actually pretty hilarious.
Would it be Sonic the VTuber?
No, it was someone else.
Because Sonic the VTuber is a VTuber who uses Sonic as their model and is not affiliated with Sega or Sonic Team, which is kind of iffy to me, because, like, I will gladly admit that I am, like, my character is supposed to be sort of like a bootleg Alucard, but he's just straight up playing as Sonic.
Well, again, like, a lot of Sonic VTubers have, like, their own multiverse, and it's, like, interconnected in a way.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with, like, anything that is, like...
Well, I'm not talking about, like, the role players that you see
I know.
for, like,
I know.
VR chat stuff. I mean, this guy just calling himself Sonic the VTuber, I'm like, you're really lucky that... I say this as a good thing about Sega. You're really lucky that Sega's not too happy about people doing Sonic fan stuff.
Well, which is why I also like how Sonic Song 182 does their stuff. Like, they don't, like... I forgot how the way they did it. It's like they do, like, their own characters and having them play the games, but they also, like, make it to where, like, they put their own little spin on it. And it's like, in a way, it's really interesting. And it's actually one of my favorite
I'm not gonna doubt that's interesting. It's just this particular VTuber, I find... Yeah. I don't find him problematic or anything. It's just, I think I have mixed feelings about him, because it's like one thing to be, like, a character inspired by a copyrighted property, or, like, you see a lot of Moby and VTubers who are, like, Sonic-styled characters, or, like, Sonic OCs. Or, like, you see Reploid VTubers who are, like, Mega Man X or Mega Man Classic-styled VTubers. This guy is flying close to the sun, and I hope for the best for him.
Yeah.
Because he is just Sonic the VTuber when there is official Sonic VTubing stuff, and he is not a part of that.
Because like you said for yourself, like you said, you're like a bootlegged Alucard. Like, it's the same with my character. Like I'm like my character. Like, although how do I even put it? It like
you're a Castlevania OC who is tied into the Castlevania, who's tied into, like, a fan take on the Castlevania canon, but you're not claiming to be a specific, like, legally owned Castlevania character.
Yeah, basically. Thank you. Again, I am not good at wording. I'm not good at wording certain things.
Your character is the son of Richter Belmont. So you're tied to, like, a canon character. It would be different if you were like, oh, I'm the VTuber Richter Belmont.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Oh, boy. So, how many emeralds do we even have?
I think I've got, like, 1 or 2. Because right now I have to collect memory tokens for Sage. so I can talk to her.
Oh, okay.
And right now I'm also fighting a mini-boss, the Red Tower, which is just a powered-up version of the Tower mini-boss that you encounter in a lot of the maps. Because the mini-bosses you fight on Oranos Island are like souped-up versions of the standard mini-bosses, along with one unique type called the Caterpillar.
You know, when you say that, I just think of the Caterpillar enemy from Sonic 1, but just super massive.
You know, it's interesting that it's called the Caterpillar because it doesn't look like a caterpillar. It looks more like a roly-poly.
I was gonna say, like, you say Caterpillar, and I'm like,
it's called Caterpillar, but it doesn't look like a caterpillar. It's clearly a roly-poly.
It's basically a pill bug, yeah.
Yeah. Roly-poly is what we call them down here in the South.
Well, that's what we call them here in Illinois, too. Rather in the Midwest.
Is it ill-annoying living in Illinois?
I mean, the rent sucks out here.
Where doesn't it suck?
My heart goes out to all the people that live in California.
Yeah. Great quality of living there, but God, Jesus Christ, you need to be rich as fuck with a very stable income to live in California.
I think the average rent over there is like $2,700.
It also depends on what part of California you're living in. Toti says, what game is this? Never heard of it. This is Sonic Frontiers, and I'm playing it with a bunch of mods installed. So, like, Sonic's wearing a Goku gi. I've got the Japan-exclusive Corone collaboration DLC installed. So, like, there's a bunch of Corone noises.
Eggman's got his sandwich.
Eggman's got his sandwich from Sonic Unleashed. But yeah, this is Sonic Frontiers. It's on all modern platforms and PC. I'm playing the PC version. And I'm playing it with a bunch of mods installed. Will the whole world know your name? Hell yes! That is where that song comes from. We're on an ad break right now, so apologies to the new viewer in chat that just popped up. Sorry I've been missing your messages too, Iron. A little bit unfocused today. Fun fact, there's actually a channel on YouTube that's making a DBZ What If that blends Dragon Ball with events from Sonic. They're currently on the Cell Saga. That's awesome.
Yeah,
it's very fitting.
I've heard of that. I've heard of that.
I know you're not talking about Super Mario Bros. Z, because that's not being made anymore. And that's a very different thing.
I wish they were still making it, though.
Yes, Toti2248 is recognizing the greatness that is Sonic Frontiers vocal themes for, like, the boss fights and all that stuff. Seriously, this game's OST is a banger.
Well, a lot of Sonic's music is a banger. I mean, despite the quality of the game,
especially Frontiers, they went so hard on the vocal themes, and also crossed into a new territory genre-wise by going with a lot of like metalcore stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, Frontiers has took it to the next level, but in general, Sonic has a lot of good music.
Yeah, even the games that aren't regarded very well still usually have good soundtracks.
Yeah, I mean, look at Sonic 06. His world is a very good one.
The whole soundtrack, the whole OST to Sonic 06 is amazing. And it's a shame that it was wasted on a game that didn't turn out very good.
Yeah.
Night is Best Titan, aka Infinite's pet dog. Yeah, I can see that. I get what you mean by Infinite, because the rap verses on that boss fight theme are done by the rapper that did the rap verses on Infinite's theme song in Forces. Tyler from Danger Kids. Tyler Smith, yes, thank you. I couldn't remember his last name, I just knew he was a Tyler. Because I'm not too familiar with Danger Kids' non-Sonic work. I was introduced to them through Infinite's theme, as I'm sure a lot of people were. But yeah, first Annie Bane and now Kellen Quinn. Yes, Kellen Quinn. I was introduced to Kellen Quinn through this game, and I love his vocals. Like, he has such a good mix of clean and distorted vocals. That's a very difficult thing for one vocalist to be able to do on a track. And it shows, like, masterful control of your voice. I want to learn how to do that. I can do, like, some guttural and false chord vocals, but I can't do, like, the high-pitched screams. Or, like, the more, like, raspy screams. Like Kellen Quinn can. And also, my voice is obviously, you know, on the more baritone side of things. So I can't quite hit those high notes that Kellen Quinn can.
I can't sing worth a damn. I mean, my brother can. He's very, very good. And, like, I respect those who are very good at singing. I respect people who can sing. Because, honestly, you guys have a real talent.
Like, I want to go back to taking vocal lessons, which I haven't done since I was a kid, so I can, like, properly learn how to sing, and, like, I want to take, like, metal screaming lessons, too, so I can learn the proper techniques for that. Because a lot of what I've been doing is just through, like, very short YouTube tutorials, and obviously, you know, a proper class on the thing's going to give me a better idea of what to do.
I mean, yeah, YouTube has got a lot of good tutorials on...
That's how I learned how to do false chords, which helped me in doing my more monstrous voices for voice acting, as well as perfecting my sound wave voice before filtering it. First lesson, hit puberty. Yeah, that happened,
Yeah.
God, I have to do math now. 19 years ago. So I've already completed... I'm already way ahead of you on that. Hey, thank you for the follow. I'm glad you like it here. I have a Discord server as well. If you use the command !Discord, you'll get a link to my Discord community if you feel like you want to join it. There's no pressure if you don't want to. And yeah, have fun with the redeems. Because I've got plenty of ways for you to bully me through either, like, interactable objects or just, like, random clips. And also, voice acting redeems, where, you can have me say stuff as different characters.
I was gonna say, like, I hit, for me, it was, like, 21 years ago, I want to say. 21 or 22.
And Iron, there's also, you're also, since you're a buddy of mine, IRL, you are, of course, welcome to join the Discord server. Or at least I like to think that we're buddies IRL, even though we haven't seen each other in a while. Because I'm not going to that community college anymore, because they basically neutered, if not completely axed, the DEEP program that we were in.
I mean, a lot of people are welcome to join the Discord. Again, there's a lot of fun to be had.
Yeah,
there.
Basically the only rule for the Discord is, like, be respectful towards people and their identities and stuff. Try to keep real-world politics out of discussion, and you have to be at least 18 years old.
Basically, what happens in Discord, we're all fans of video games, anime, movies, music, etc.
We're a bunch of nerds doing nerd shit. Dropping the end.
People keep bonking you.
That wasn't a bonk, that was an anvil drop.
I know, but it makes a bonk sound on my end, so...
Well, it's a different sound than the bonk sound.
It sounds like a metal pan bonk to me. I don't know why.
Yes, because that's the sound effect that was included with that Redeem preset when I bought it.
Okay.
But the bonk sound for, like, bonking me with the mallet is different.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying, like, the metal pan sound bonking is what I heard.
Yeah. Speaking of people getting anvils dropped on them frequently, did you hear that Pumpkin Potion declared war on Starbucks?
Really? For what reason?
To try to see who can claim the hashtag pumpkin spice tag. Starbucks won. But she wanted the pumpkin spice tag on social media, so she could use that as her 18+ tag.
Real world goals, I must say. Oh boy.
She admits that she was fighting a losing battle.
I mean, I respect her for fighting a battle regardless.
Like, it was a losing battle because she doesn't have nearly the reach that a multi-billion-dollar international conglomerate like Starbucks owns.
Well, yeah, but regardless, I still respect her for trying to fight.
Yeah, she said she wanted the pumpkin spice tag, not just because it perfectly fits her name, Pumpkin Potion, and it would be spicy art, but also because, she wanted to be the mistake of, like, some middle-aged white woman, mother going into Starbucks, ordering their pumpkin spice latte and, like, posting photos of it to, like, Instagram or Twitter or whatever. Be like, oh my god, hashtag pumpkin spice. Wait, what the hell is that?
I was gonna say that this just sounds like psychological warfare at that point.
It basically is. That's pumpkin potion in a nutshell. Like 1920s, like golden age of animation cartoons and psychological warfare are the basis of pumpkin potion.
Well, yeah, again, rubber hose animation and it's just still like best animation in my opinion.
Yes. That's why I found it. That's why I found the art and animation in the Cuphead Netflix series a little bit off. Was that, like, to me, I get what they were going for. Obviously, trying to recreate the rubber hose style look and animation of the Cuphead game, but the way that the characters were drawn and the expressions they made came off as less rubber hose and more like Ren and Stimpy.
Well,
which itself was inspired by that era of animation, but with its own demented take on it.
Well, yeah, it is inspired, but again, the methods that they did back then with the rubber hose animation, it looks better because the fact that in that era, the methods they used in that era fit the animation style, whereas you're trying to bring this into modern animation, and although the tools we have now are like more advanced to where we could replicate it, it doesn't have the same feel as if you were to do it back in the 1920s.
Yeah, it's entirely down to like rubber hose animation of golden age animation being done with like ink and paint on an animation cell on animation cells, whereas everything nowadays is done digitally.
Yeah, I mean,
like no matter what kind of brush textures or like video filters you put over a modern video or animation, it's just not going to perfectly replicate that original look.
Well, yeah, I mean that's also the reason why, like with a lot of Disney animation back then when they did it, like it's very beautiful to look at, but it was all hand drawn and then brought into like ink and paint. It's something that just can't be replicated the same way. It's something that
it's also the reason. Like, since you brought up classic Disney animation, that also brings up like why a lot of the modern remasters of classic Disney animated films don't look quite right, because the way that they remaster them is not through color correction and high quality upscale of the original source material. What they do is they scan in the individual elements that make up a scene and paint over them digitally.
Yeah, and in a way that's just like putting duct tape over something and just saying, hey, there's your remake. But the thing is that with hand-drawn animation, as an artist myself, I love doing pencil. I like doing traditional more than digital, just for the sheer fact that I love the detail that comes out of it. In my opinion.
there's a lot of very natural detail that comes out of hand-drawn pencil and paper that gets lost in digital art.
like in your Discord server, I had my beloved post my picture of the white dragon from Castlevania that I did by hand.
Yeah. Like,
And
a lot of that detail I talk about, it's not just down to, you know, how the artist draws it. It's like the texture of what they're drawing it on gets brought into that drawing.
well, the interesting thing is I just use sketchbook paper for that. But
Yeah,
what I
sketchbook
loved-
paper, depending on, like, what weight, the sketchbook paper is, can affect, the texture of how the lines look in the drawing.
Well, yeah, but the other thing was I was also testing my luck with I guess I want to say like these special markers that for like some of the stuff in it.
Okay.
But besides of that, again with Disney animation, you got like the live action animations, in my opinion.
I'm not even talking about the
to-
live action stuff. I'm talking about like the HD remasters
I
that they
know.
put out on video every few years, or
Oh,
used to.
oh,
Nowadays,
that.
everything's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it's just like if you look back at some of the original cell art of like a lot of different animation, like look at Snow White, look at Jungle Book, look at Lion King. A lot of it is like you could tell like how much detail and feeling was put into each brushstroke. It's something that you needed to be and there at that time to truly witness in order to understand the feeling, I suppose, of like how to see it.
Yeah, and a lot of
how
that
the
is
animation
lost
looks.
in the more modern remasters because due to them like digitally inking and painting over the original over the original shots, you lose a lot of that
Yeah.
detail.
Yeah,
And that's without
and
going
also-
into my personal vendetta against what they did to Cinderella, which was my fucking movie as a kid. I don't know why it was my fucking movie, but I watched it all the time. If you watch, like, a pre-1990s VHS of Cinderella, or, like, the Laserdisc release, or
Yeah.
even if you can secure an old film reel of it. The color of Cinderella and her dress at the end, and also her hair throughout the movie, is different than it is on any modern release. Because they went back, and as part of the remastering process that started in 1998, I believe, they went back and recolored Cinderella's, you know, ball gown and her hair to more closely match how she looked in the Disney Princess line of toys.
Yeah,
So like
When I was-
they have gaslit generations of kids into thinking Cinderella was a blonde with a blue dress, whereas in the original animation with the original colors, no, she wore a silver dress with a lot of like dusty sparkles trailing off of it that are lost in the remaster, and she had more of like an ashy brown hair.
yeah. When I
Also,
was
hi
younger,
JKR, you're free to join in if you want to.
hello, JKR.
If you're too tired from the con today, I understand.
But no, when I was younger, there were 3 movies that I watched a lot when I was a kid. One was Roger Rabbit. It was one of the first movies I ever watched. It introduced me to animation.
Oh yeah,
second one-
the amazing work of Richard Williams.
Yeah, because with that movie, it wasn't just like hand drawn animation, ink, and all that. It's just they did it with live action, and they literally had to had to like do an Invisible Man movie practically to
Yeah,
see
they
make
had
it
to
work.
they had to stage every shot of the live action stuff to account for all the animated stuff that was going to be added in post, which, you know, everyone
Yeah.
does that nowadays, but that was revolutionary for the time.
Well, here's the thing as well, though, Ari. What they did was like, which by the way, Bob Hoskins in that one was fucking amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bob Hoskins is a legend.
What he did to get his inspiration for that movie was he saw his actual daughter, I think, or was it I forgot which one. His daughter run across the room of his house with an invisible friend, like an imaginary friend, and seeing her interact with it, he got that inspiration to interact with the actual cartoons. And like there's a video on YouTube called Roger Rabbit and the Secrets of Toontown. They explained in detail on how they did the entire movie from start to finish, and like I had to watch that for one of my college courses one time, and it was amazing how much I learned from animation techniques and
I bet.
learning. And funny enough, the most expensive and hardest scene they ever did in that entire movie was the ink and paint club, because they had lights going 24/7. They actually had people actually like everyone had to act like everything was like invisible as well, and it took a lot. And people had to do like puppeteering underneath the stage. They had to look at a video camera to see where everyone was going, and that was a nightmare. Like that whole scene was a nightmare. But when you look at it, like how they put it all together through because I know Lucas like Imitation Magic and like LucasArts also helped out with like scanning some of the stuff. If you look at the end result compared to the unfinished product, you would be amazed to see how much work went into it.
Yeah.
Like it's just mind-blowing. Like back then, like without like a lot of technology that we had and a lot of use of animation, you could be surprised like what we could actually do with some movies nowadays. But we're not going to get a movie like that ever again because of like how it was done in that time and place.
Yeah, nowadays with digital everything, like it's a lot easier to accomplish now and a lot more cost effective to accomplish, but it's not nearly as impressive because, or at least, you know, from a filmmaking standpoint or a film history standpoint, it's not as impressive because, you know, you do all of that on a computer. You can just add it in post with all sorts of digital animation tools.
Yeah, and then aside from that, the other two movies I watched a lot when I was a kid was Lion King, and there was a VHS of The Spirit of Mickey, which had a bunch of like old Mickey Mouse cartoons.
Okay. Also, hi JKR.
Hi JKR, welcome. Sorry about that. Also, I hope your con went well.
It was good. Just I'm a little. I dozed off and I was like, I just woke up like maybe 10, 15 minutes.
I figured you were probably either on your way home or like
tired.
Were tired.
Yeah, like right after dinner, I had cheese ham for dinner, and then of course immediately afterwards, I just laid down on the couch and just conked out for hours.
Cheese ham.
Nice. Yep. I had homemade fried chicken.
Nice.
I had some of my leftover pizza.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, guys, I want to let you know that the message has been sent to that person.
Okay, good. Hi, Cloud Sato. Yeah, how you doing?
Nice. Hey, Cloud.
Hello. Hey, Cloud. But
how you been, Cloud?
But yeah. I actually do miss like the animation styles like before, like the stuff we had now. I miss, and I do want to draw again. Like I've been planning to get some tools to do my art again. Like again, I just enjoy traditional more than digital. I mean, digital is nice and everything, but I'm just too much in love with traditional art to even like break away from it.
The biggest hurdle for me for digital art, other than, you know, not having been taught anything in digital art, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing, is like the difference in that tactile feel that you get from like pencil and pen on paper versus like
that's what I have,
a stylus on a screen. It feels so different, and it's so disorienting at first.
Yeah, like that's my problem with it, because it's like digital, you have a lot of different tools you can do to make your art a lot better, but the problem with me is it's just I'm used to the feel of like lead or ink to paper rather than a stylus on a screen, because I don't feel like I don't feel what I'm drawing. It's just like I like my cursor could be like all on the paper, then all of a sudden it would be someplace I didn't want it, and like, I'm not knocking, like, there's a lot of good tablets. I've actually drawn a couple of digital pieces, although it wasn't a lot. And it's just with it, it's just like very, it's difficult, but like for anyone who wants to learn how to,
it's a hurdle you'll have to overcome if you're used to traditional art. But once you do get used to it, it opens up a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, but the best thing I could tell people who want to learn how to draw, first step is draw a circle and go from there.
Yeah. I would say also look into like a lot of drawing tutorials you'll find online will tell you to like, you know, draw a circle here and then add like a sort of like almost conical shape to the bottom of it, and there you've got like a basic head shape. Whereas what I learned in my art class that actually helped better was like, no, sketch out the rough shape of the head through like individual lines rather than committing to curves at first.
Yeah, that's what I learned. That's how I learned in my art classes back in high school. They had like these little miniature mannequins, and
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and like they helped me out a lot. During one of my college courses I did, what they wanted was 6 drawings, through all of them like nude drawings, 3 male, 3 female. At the time, I was just out of high school for this, and me, my beloved, and my friend went to go see Ponyo. And then when we came back, I realized, I have to ask you a favor. Can you do me a favor and draw and pose so I can draw you guys? You don't have to, like, at the time I was very embarrassed. I'm like, you don't have to take your clothes off. I know how
it's not that
works.
Kind of live reference.
Yeah, no, it's just like, I know the anatomy. I know how it works. I was like, because in the back of my head, I was like, how am I going to fucking ask these guys? And then I actually got it done, and at the time, I sucked at realism. I'm not good at realism, and I tried my best with it. I mean, I barely passed with that class, but at the same time, it was just like, I was just like young into the dating of my beloved, and I was just like, how am I going to ask her to pose for me and do these drawings? Like, this. I mean, this is actually awkward.
Knowing her, all you have to do is ask.
well, nowadays, yes.
For specifically you, all you have to do is ask.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It doesn't help the fact that I have most of my friends that lived in Illinois a while back always came into my house in and out of a whim. And rarely that was the case, because then if that was the case, I would be drawing her, and then all of a sudden I would just hear a friend be like, "Hey, guy, what's up?" And I'd be like, "Oh, god damn it."
All right, let's see what Sage has to say here.
Almighty Sage, what do you say?
Actually interact with my brain.
It was designed to catalog neural networks, among other things. So, yes.
All right, hear me out. Do you think all those locations I visited were pulled from my memories?
That is plausible. It imported the data of your memories and applied it to your surroundings, so you could comprehend them.
Maybe that gave me the edge I needed to escape each time. I was covering familiar ground. Go me.
So that's the canon reason for why the little mini stages you enter all look like and are comprised of bits from old Sonic levels.
They were going off of Sonic's memories.
Yes, because the cyberspace network on the Starfall Islands was meant for cataloging the memories of the ancients.
Pretty much. JKR. So we finally have the full people of who's going to be doing the D&D thing. So sometime in September, we will be doing the character creation. So if you have anything you want to do, or any ideas you want to do, I'm willing to listen when you want to.
Yeah, sure. I'll. This week's kind of busy for me because,
Yeah, this isn't until... We're not doing character creation until September.
I know. My mind is, thinking about getting everything done as soon as possible. Sorry. That's just how I am. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm the same way. I'm just the same way.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I will have to give it some thought because that's what I mean. Is like this week's gonna be busy, so as much thought as I can put to it, I will. I'm just gonna be like trying to make sure I got everything done before Friday. That is, if I'm even on the crew for Anime Magic. I have to see what this particular boss has decided. But Mario and I are fairly certain I'll be on the crew.
Well, I hope you. Well, I hope you do end up becoming on the crew. I hope you do.
Yeah, I mean, it honestly it would work out really well if I am, because that happens to be the last weekend I have before school, so it just happens to work out.
Well, yeah. Also, are you okay? You sound like you may have came down with a con plague.
It's not the con plague, thankfully, but it is from like a lot of talking and shouting at the con.
Oh boy.
Because like here was the messed up part. Our booth was in a very weird spot, so much so that we were actually not that far away from the DJ. So a lot of us were trying to talk over, constantly talk
Loud
over
music.
the loud music. Yeah.
Well, make sure you get yourself some like tea or like something warm to help your throat.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I'm not a big tea drinker, but tomorrow morning I'm probably gonna have some like lemon honey water tea, just to help soothe my throat, because I've got a therapy appointment tomorrow morning at 11, so I want to make sure I get my throat in a better condition for tomorrow to talk with him before anything else. Because then, of course, tomorrow after I'm done with my therapy appointment, I gotta take stuff across the street for washing, because I am practically out of clean clothes, and I'm like, need to get as much of my stuff washed before next weekend as possible. It's just been so fucking hot. I haven't really had the inkling nor the motivation to pack everything up and go across the street.
It's fine. Yeah, I can feel you.
To answer Iron's question in chat, so in theory, somewhere in cyberspace could be an area based on locations like Stardust Speedway or one of the locations from within the Soul Dimension. Yes, very much so. Very much so. It's just we didn't encounter them in this game.
Yeah, it's basically, from what Sage is saying, it plays off of Sonic's memories. So as long as Sonic, it plays, as long as Sonic has been there, like in his, like, in the past with his memories, like it could possibly appear.
Yeah,
and again,
the visuals of the area might not match, but the layout of it will. There's a section in one of the stages that's based on, I keep getting White Forest and Green Jungle confused from Sonic Adventure 2. It's based on that, but uses the aesthetics of Green Hill Zone.
Yeah.
And also there's a stage that has mechanics taken from Skyrail from Sonic Adventure 2. But again, aesthetics are based on Green Hill.
Yeah.
So it's like mixing and matching locations he's been to with the layouts of locations he's been to. So they might not always be one-to-one.
Also, JKR, I feel your pain. Thursday, I have to go to an eye doctor, like, very early. And I'm possibly going to have to get another eye injection, which is going to suck, but eh.
Yeah. I don't mind talking to my therapist. He actually helps me a lot on a lot of things. It's just, normally our appointments are like 9 a.m. Every other Monday. But this past week and a half have been like, he's been on break this past week, so the first chance I had to see him after being back from his break happens to be 11 o'clock for once instead of 9, because I'm like, usually I pick 9 a.m. because that's just the first thing I can do in the morning and get everything done afterwards, but not this time.
Also, I got an update on the whole saga of me and my me and my mom watching. Could I repeat that? I didn't hear the answer due to the advertisements. Yeah, your question about whether locations like Stardust Speedway or the Soul Dimension locations he went to could be in cyberspace, 100%. It's just that the visuals might not be there, but the terrain could be. Because we see a lot of places in Sonic Frontiers that have the visuals of one place and the terrain, like, the level layout of a completely different place.
Yeah, so it's not going to be one for one. It's just going to be like you have a familiar surrounding, but a layout of an area could be something else.
Yeah. Like a perfect example, the opening stage of Sonic Frontiers, before you even get to the first island, has sections taken from Windmill Isle. Not Windmill Isle. The opening stage of Sonic Unleashed. But the visuals are based on Green Hill. So it could be something like that. It could be like Stardust Speedway, but with, like, the visuals, like, it looks like the layout is Stardust Speedway, but it looks like it's, I don't know, like,
Chemical plant zone.
Chemical plant, Chemical plant is one of the areas that gets represented in this game as an aesthetic. There's also, like, an original city area in this game that is used to represent all the city stages, called Eternal Highway. So it could be something like that, where it's like Eternal Highway's look, but with the layout of something from Stardust Speedway. Also saw your message. Yes, I did see your message, and also welcome home, Kier. And welcome to the stream,
home,
Kier. Yeah, I saw your message. I would say RetroArch's online feature could be a possibility. It's just that RetroArch's Dreamcast emulation isn't caught up with the standalone version of the Flycast emulator for Dreamcast. So, like, maybe pairing a Flycast with, like, standalone Flycast with Parsec or something would work better.
Ugh. You were saying,
like,
JKR?
because like RetroArch, as convenient as it is to use for its large variety of emulators, a lot of the emulators it's forked off from that it has included aren't caught up with what the standalone versions can currently do.
But, so yeah, I actually want to let you guys know that I actually saw a Parappa the Rapper cosplay at the con today.
Oh, that's rare.
Kier would love to hear. Kier's gonna be happy to hear that because he loves Parappa.
Yeah, I'm uploading photos from today to my Facebook page now. So, Kier, I know you're on Facebook with me, so it's like we can get a chance. You can check out the album. Or I could just send you the individual image later, too.
Yeah, Kier wants to cosplay Guru Ant from the second Parappa game, and I want to cosplay Chop Chop Master Onion.
Also, JKR, Lulu posted Mrs. Ember Pilkington in the chat, I believe. In
a direct message to me, not in the group chat.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, she sent me a DM of, like, what Mrs. Ember Pilkington, the Charmander, looks like. She's very fluffy for a Charmander.
I did see the Charmander image, though. She did post it in Gotcha Goods in the server.
Okay. That wouldn't go in Gotcha Goods, but, good that she posted in the server. It would go in recent acquisitions. Gotcha Goods is for stuff from Gotcha Games.
Right, I figured as much, but...
I'm saying this in case Lulu's still watching. Because she tends to lurk.
But,
I get you.
Well, yeah, Lulu always lurks. She always
there's a video I need to send to Lulu, which was during a collab between Ollie from HoloLive and Merryweather, where Merryweather met Kobo for the first time, and she broke him. Like, made him burst out into laughter that he couldn't control.
Oh, God.
Because she was using her underwater voice filter.
Oh, gee. I think I saw that.
I showed you that, but I need to show Lulu that.
Okay. But yeah,
All right,
no,
we can finally progress in the story now that we have enough memory tokens.
Sure would have been smoother sailing.
But yes,
Working together
also
from
JKR recently
earn your trust first.
I got my hands on a Gardevoir Funko Pop.
Oh, nice.
We dubbed him we dubbed the Gardevoir's name Astral. He's the only boy amongst his sisters.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, you played Klonoa 2 Lunatia's Veil. Interesting. If you want to play
Klonoa
Parappa,
2.
I would say emulate Parappa, the original PS1 version, because the version that's on PS4 is unplayable due to the input lag. Like, it is so bad that it ruins the experience.
I love Klonoa 2. There was a song in that game that was so fucking good.
Yeah,
It was during the snowboard segment.
Iron said that the song he has stuck in his head from Lunatia's Veil is Stepping Wing. And it's time to play.
that's the
It's
one
time to play Mori Ikaruga.
Oh God. But no.
Would you believe me that
song
I've
is
played?
very
Would you
good.
believe me if I said I've played more Ikaruga inspired minigames than I have actual Ikaruga? Because I've never played the original Ikaruga.
I've never even heard of or played Ikaruga.
It's a bullet hell shooter where like you can swap between black and white colors to absorb projectiles of that color and nullify damage from them.
Okay.
It gets referenced in a lot of like bullet hell shoot 'em up style minigames and even just other games inspired by Ikaruga. But Ikaruga's the one who pioneered that formula. It's used a lot in the later parts of Sonic Frontiers.
Speaking of the song Stepping Wind, I forgot which game it was. It was like a crossover like RPG game that they did. Like they have that song remixed on there. I forgot what the game was called.
Was it
but
Project
so
Cross
good.
Zone?
Like, probably.
It probably is, given that it involves Bandai Namco as a crossover RPG.
Yeah.
The only other thing it could be besides Project Cross Zone 1 or 2 would be Bandai Namco Cross Capcom for the PS2.
No, it was the first one. It was the first one.
So it was
remembering.
Project Cross Zone for the 3DS then, or maybe Project Cross Zone 2.
Wait.
When you say crossover, do you
Yeah,
mean like crossover between companies or just crossover between like?
Well, it's like what they did with like the DS game you were talking about, but it was for like PS2 and it was a Japanese only one that I
then
saw
that
on
was
YouTube.
Namco Cross Capcom.
Yeah, okay then, my bad. But they had a remix of Stepping Wind when you fought as Klonoa, and it was so good. Like that song was my addiction through high school.
Namco Cross Capcom is also the most recent appearance we have of a lot of Mega Man Legends characters, including the main villain of Mega Man Legends 1, Mega Man Juno. It's weird to think about that. But I've thought about streaming it now because there is a fan translation out for it now, so I could play it.
Yeah. Also, I'm sad that Project X Zone is the last like source or reference we even got of Shining Force characters, because I love the Shining Force series, and I'm sad that it no longer gets any love.
It's also the most recent appearance outside of like remasters and mobile games of my boy Haseo from Dot Hack.
Yeah, because I mean I wish it wasn't Cecile and Toma. I wish it was Max and Meryl from Neo. But in the end of the day, though, like I'm just glad like anything from Shining Force got represented at all.
We just talked over a brief little bit of character building for Sage, where like
sorry.
I was like half paying attention to it until like it was almost over, so that's on me too. But it was
I apologize.
like basically Sonic mentioned like that Eggman seems to care a lot about her, and she's like, "You really think he cares that much about me?" And Sonic's like, yeah, in his own way.
Sorry about that.
No. I wasn't paying attention to what was going on the screen because I was looking at chat. But like, it's not a major cutscene. It's just like the character you interact with on this island, instead of being like one of the rescuable friends, is Sage. So you get a lot of like, you could interact with Sage on other islands before, but it was like just optional flavor text, and it's more from like early on when she's like pitted against him. But a lot of the stuff you say on here is her and Sonic kind of getting the bond with each other in their own, you know, enemies to unlikely allies way. Frenemies, basically, yeah. Because she's the whole one who was like, who convinced Eggman to join up with Sonic to take on the end. And I'm sorry that I keep cutting you off, JKR.
I just want to let you know, Ari, that you are still sharing your screen.
It's okay. It's not affecting my performance right now because I'm using the proper GPU.
Everything else is so detailed.
The ancients had a difficult time adapting to this world, adjusting to the new flora and fauna, dealing with technological incompatibilities. Their settlements were under constant revision.
Sorry, I was also checking with
knowledge of the islands and their facilities.
Table manager for Anime Magic, so
it's okay.
Make sure whoever can access it
Take it to your fine.
Yeah, I'm just like, I only like. Here's the thing, like he's asking me, it's like Mario is gonna be all day Friday, and I'm just like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, cool. I mean, since he's gonna be pretty much staying at my place on for like Friday, I'm thinking like, yeah, both of us go in together. Might as well, because the two of us can actually like work off of each other, for like our improv skills, because we've got a bit of a reputation with each other, so it's
a chemistry.
We got the chemistry to do it, so we're like, yeah, why not do it?
Just do it. Don't let your dreams be memes.
Pretty much.
Okay, Shia LaBeouf.
Shia the Beef, as I like to call him. Because Buff, spelled that way, B-O-E-U-F, is French for beef.
Huh.
So his name literally translated, whatever Shia means, because I don't claim to know what that translates to in English, but his last name translates to the beef. Shia Bidoof, says Kier.
Shia Bidoof. Oh, somebody has to catch a Bidoof now and name them Shia.
I will be the one to do it if I ever stream a Pokemon game that has Bidoof in it.
Alright.
That would require me to sit down and play Pokemon again, which I've really been out of for years now.
If you're gonna play any game that has a Bidoof in it, play Pokemon Platinum.
I'll have to get emulation set up for that, because ain't no way I'm tracking down a physical copy of Platinum.
I would.
And also, I don't have a way of using a capture card on my DS.
I was gonna say I would hope not, because Pokemon Platinum is one of the more expensive Pokemon games.
I mean, I can do this for you, Ari. I actually have both
No. What I'm saying is it doesn't matter, like, whether I have a physical copy or not. I was correcting myself, because it's like, oh yeah, I don't have a DS capture card, because that costs, like, at least $150 to get that installed in my DS, and I would have to mail off my DS and be in a queue for it to be modded.
I get that, Ari, but what I'm trying to tell you is that I have the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Oh, I have Shining Pearl.
Okay, cool. So you can easily play that because I know Bidoof's in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't like Shining Pearl. It's a bad version of Diamond and Pearl.
I was gonna say Shining Pearl. Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond are basically the closest you're gonna get to what Platinum has as well.
Unless I just emulate Platinum, which I could do. It's just, DS emulation's a little fucky because of, how, you know, trying to figure out a good way to do the touchscreen stuff.
I mean, you don't really have to do the touchscreen stuff for Platinum. If
actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum run fine on a modded Wii U. It's just the Gen 5 games that don't.
Yeah, because I did DS emulation for like Portrait of Ruin and a couple of other games. And I will say this, finding a good DS emulator without the virus problem is a very finicky thing.
Well, there's really only 2 DS emulators to choose from nowadays, and one of them is significantly more advanced than the other, but the other one has better compatibility with certain, like, edge case games.
See, the one I used was DS Mune.
Yeah, that was the big one for the longest time. But the one everyone recommends for like your baseline DS emulation now, because it also emulates online functionality, is Melon DS.
Hold on. Yes? Alright, I'll get you milk.
I am the milkman.
Right back.
My milk is delicious.
Yeah, I will be right back.
You gotta get milk for your honey.
Yes,
thank you for the sub, Shadow Dragon. That surprised me. 24 months in a row, straight 2 years, amazing. Also, hello, I got Platinum and Ninja Gaiden Ragebound today. Impressive. I've heard that, I played a little bit of Ragebound. I'm liking it so far. I played through, like, the tutorial in the first stage. Like, I've heard that Ragebound's one of those games where, like, you have to basically play through it twice to get the real ending because you unlock hard mode after you beat it the first time or something like that, and you have to beat the game on hard mode to get the real ending. Which, you know, that explains why Ragebound was so easy when I was playing it. Also, I'm liking Kenji as a protagonist. It's interesting to have someone who's not Ryu, who isn't a complete shitbag like Yaiba.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Roxanne Wolf. Come on, stop that.
Why would you put rocks and sand on a wolf?
Oh, funny. I'm thinking out loud here, because
I've noticed.
Yeah, I'm putting, okay, that's how you spell her name. I'm putting, the images from today up onto Facebook, so I'm trying to make sure, because it's like...
I am the milkman. My milk is delicate.
We got a Long John Baldry Eggman redeem about the milkman.
Oh, no.
Thank you for this, Kier. I haven't practiced my Long John Baldry in a bit, so let me see. I'm demoting you to Scrub Monkey 3rd Class! There we go! I am the milkman. My milk is delicious, and when that blasted hedgehog drinks it, his lactose intolerance will go haywire!
Nice.
Like, I've practiced my Long John Baldry singing voice more than I've practiced my Long John Baldry Robotnik voice recently. Because, like, I've been singing along to, 2 of my favorite Long John Baldry songs on, car trips recently. Those being It Still Ain't Easy and Don't Try to Lay No Boogie Woogie on the King of Rock and Roll.
Nice.
Although, if you want to do the full version of Don't Try to Lay No Boogie Woogie on the King of Rock and Roll, you gotta be prepared to, also do his, like, spoken word 3-minute intro to the song called Conditional Discharge. Which I feel really sets up the song, because otherwise you just get an abrupt start of, like, the band kicking in, whereas Conditional Discharge starts with, like him just playing the piano and doing some spoken word stuff, and then cueing in the band once his story is finished. Just him telling his story about the time he got arrested for busking around town, and got off on conditional discharge, which is what the British call, you know, getting released with a warning.
Oh, jeez.
Like, not sent to jail, but just released with a slap on the wrist. Like, the story goes that, like, he was arrested for causing a disturbance to the public peace, for having, like, a line of people coming up to listen to him play guitar on the side of the street and collecting pennies in his hat. And, like, the police officer, apparently the way that these kind of courts work in the UK, or at least worked at the time, was that, like, for, you know, misdemeanor charges like that, you know, not big criminal trials, like, the arresting officer presents his evidence against you in front of the judge, and the judge determines, like, whether you're guilty or innocent, and what the sentencing is.
I returned.
Welcome back. I'm just rambling about my love of Long John Baldry. Because Kier had me do a Long John Baldry Eggman redeem about the milkman.
Oh, God. Also, I got myself a s'mores, what is it, a granola bar.
Ooh,
I
nice.
was hungry.
Red Pillar.
But you were...
Red Pillar is the name of this mini-boss. But, and Kier clipped my Long John Baldry redeem and put it in my server. Thank you for doing that.
Oh boy.
Because I like hearing back my voice acting redeems, so I can hear how it sounded, you know, not through my own, you know, hearing yourself in a recording versus hearing yourself in the moment, so you can hear how you actually sounded to other people. It's very helpful for voice training and just voice stuff in general. Like, he gets arrested, he gets taken to court, the officer is presenting his case against him, and the officer's like, you know, I was proceeding in a southerly direction, my lord, when I saw the defendant playing guitar on the side of the street, and he had an old hat filled with pennies. I decided he was contravening a disturbance of the peace and arrested him. He was playing some sort of boogie-woogie music. And then, the judge is like, one moment, officer, what the hell is boogie-woogie music? And,
wouldn't you like to know?
And, like, the officer flips through his notepad, because he'd apparently been taking, like, extensive research notes on what this kind of music he was playing was. And what he determined was it's a kind of rhythm and blues music, particular to African-American people.
Oh, God.
And, like, Long John Baldry gets off with, conditional discharge, which means, you know, doesn't go to jail, doesn't get anything on his criminal record, but he gets given a warning not to do it again. Like, the whole thing of, like, boogie-woogie music just stuck with him, and then that's why he came up with the song, Don't Try to Play No Boogie-Woogie on the King of Rock and Roll.
Oh, God.
But in the few live performances I've seen of it that are, you know, still around, because, you know, Long John Baldry passed in 2004, he would change up the story a bit and also play it at a faster tempo, which I've shown to Kier. In the live performance, instead of saying, like, it's a kind of rhythm and blues music particular to African Americans, he says it's a kind of rhythm and blues music created by Rod Stewart. which is a bit of an in-joke for him because he was an inspiration to Rod Stewart's music. Like, Rod Stewart wouldn't have gotten to where he was without Long John Baldry, is the joke. Because, like, Long John Baldry was a mentor to a lot of these, like, 60s and 70s rockers, like Elton John especially, but also Rod Stewart. And they got, you know, rich and famous worldwide, whereas he was more low-key, like, locally famous, and known within certain circles, which he was fine with. And then he moved to Canada and became Robotnik.
That was the peak moment of his life.
Yes, which, if you want to know, like, a technique for doing a good Long John Baldry Robotnik impression, other than, you know, just trying to copy the exact way he delivers lines, but more so trying to get a feel for how he does the voice, so you can practice doing your own lines as Long John Baldry. He based his Robotnik voice off of Captain Hook.
That's actually interesting.
And if you go back and listen to it, you can hear the Captain Hook in him. Because he had just been in a, like, Canadian stage production of Peter Pan, where he played Captain Hook. Like, not necessarily, like, the shouting stuff is, like, not all of the Captain Hook, but, like, the more, like, you know, him being sly and, just talking normally is very Captain Hook. But, like, basically, like, it's Captain Hook if he was always angry.
Speaking of Captain Hook, there was a YouTube poop I watched a lot when I was, I think it was like in junior or senior year of high school. I forgot where. No, I think it was after high school. I don't remember. And it was Captain Hook wins the lottery. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
You want to talk about the dumbest things we've ever seen in YouTube poops back in, like, high school or middle school years? There was one. I can't remember which YouTube poop it was. I remember it was made by Alvin Earthworm, the same guy that made Super Mario Bros. Z. Because he had a career after Super Mario Bros. Z that's mostly lost now, of him making YouTube poops that were fairly popular. But he ended up deleting that whole channel when he went back to work on Super Mario Bros. Z again.
Yeah, the reboot, I think it was.
Yeah, the reboot. But, like, he would always open up his YouTube poops with, like, an unrelated clip from the source material he was working with, like, completely unrelated to the source material that the poop was based on. And there was one, I can't remember which YouTube poop it was, but the clip that opened was from, like, House of Mouse or something.
Okay.
And it was, like, a ghost sneaking up on Goofy while he was in a graveyard, and, like, he pulls the hair out of his eyes, and instead of the voice line that's supposed to play in that scene, whatever it is, "Hi, Yap Alonso, how you doing?" I think Corone broke also. "Howdy, Arikado." "Hello, Yap Alonso, glad to see you here."
Greetings.
Like, instead of the voice clip of whatever the hell the ghost is supposed to say in that scene, you just hear a voice of it saying, "I want to see your tits, my dear."
Oh my god.
And he's saying this to Goofy.
Yes, because Goofy is clearly known for tits.
Well, I mean,
obviously.
Goofy's apparently a sex god if he of all people managed to produce a son. Remember, he doesn't make love; he fucks.
Also the fact that women like people men who make them laugh.
Yeah, and
so
he's
Goofy
good at that.
Literally, yeah, definitely.
Let's be honest, who wouldn't want Goofy? Because he's just earnestly himself. He won't try to pretend to be someone else.
Like, I legit, like, Goofy legit is my favorite Disney character.
Goofy
like,
is the only one of the trio who canonically has a child. Mickey and Donald have nephews. That's correct, which means that canonically Goofy is the only one who's had sex.
Pretty much, yeah. Especially with how long Mickey and Minnie have been together. And Donald and Daisy.
Yep.
Like, the others could claim that they've had sex at some point. Goofy's the only one with living proof that he did.
Oh, good Lord.
Off the topic of the sex lives of Disney mascots.
Good Lord. When Lulu heard about when you were talking about Mrs. Ember Pilkington, I told you about her working at Mint's Cafe. Yeah, Mint said she'll just keep a hot chocolate and a piece of cake for you on standby.
With marshmallows, I hope.
Well, yeah, marshmallows and whipped cream. She says free of charge.
Oh, even better. Kier says, question to you all. Favorite Disney character, hero, and villain. Favorite villain, definitely Hades.
Favorite villain for me is Scar.
Scar's another great one. I grew up on Disney's Hercules, so Hades is ingrained in my psyche.
For me, I'm gonna have to say Scar as well. I mean, Scar is just very compelling.
And favorite hero, probably Woody. I know that's technically Pixar, which was separate from Disney at one point, but
it's still Disney. It's still Disney, and it's in the '90s, so I count it.
I say Woody. Woody and or Buzz. You can't really have one without the other.
Yeah, I'm kind of. My personal thing is I will say that my favorite hero from Disney, I gotta say it was probably Buzz Lightyear from the Buzz Lightyear Star Command TV series.
Oh yeah, obviously that you can have without Woody, but like Buzz and Buzz Lightyear Star Command, from what I've seen, was a great portrayal of him. Very different from how he is in Toy Story, but it's supposed to be a different incarnation of Buzz, not the toy Buzz.
Yeah. Right.
Also, for the villain thing, I just remembered one other villain I liked, and it was Madam Mim from Sword in the Stone.
I've never seen Sword in the Stone. I've
Sword
never seen a lot of Disney
really
movies.
Good.
If Kingdom Hearts not on the plate, then my favorite hero is Pacha featuring Kuzco. Yeah, that's another good one. Pacha's great, and so is Kuzco.
You were saying JKR?
I was just reading Yap Alonso's message was said favorite villain would be Dr. Facilier.
Yeah. As for hero, go ahead. Sorry, JKR. I keep interrupting you.
It's fine. I'm just saying that I have seen Sword of the Stone like once. I never watched it as a kid, but I watched it on YouTube when someone uploaded it there before Disney cracked down on it.
Yeah. But my favorite hero out of everyone, I would have to say, is Beast from Beauty and the Beast. I love that movie. That's one of my other all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, Beast is great. And also, for Yap Alonso, I count Kingdom Hearts as Disney characters because the Kingdom Hearts characters are owned by Disney. The Kingdom Hearts original characters are partly owned by Disney.
Yeah, it has Final Fantasy elements in there, but yeah, the characters are owned by Disney in this sense.
Like characters like Sora, Riku, Kairi, Organization 13, Ansem the Wise, Xemnas, all the Ansems out there are co-owned by Disney. So technically they count.
We're talking animated heroes and villains, right?
I mean, that was never specified. And if you want to really stretch the definition of Disney hero and villain, my favorite Disney villain is Darth Vader. And my favorite Disney hero is Darth Vader.
Oh, God. I was going to say, one of my other all-time favorite villains is Davy Jones.
Yeah, Davy Jones is another good one.
Like the reason why I love Davy Jones as a villain is he is very complex. Like you feel for the guy. At the same time, you're like, oh god, he's terrifying, but he's also very tragic, and that weaves like a lot of deep emotions for the character.
You'll be happy to hear, by the way. You'll be happy to hear, by the way, in relation to how I'm playing Sonic Frontiers, all of my stats are now at max. So I have permanent maximum speed.
So you literally just hard capped everything.
I hard capped everything.
Oh.
I hard capped my ring count in one go. Because I had so many lost children that I bought from Big the Cat, and I think I still have some left over that I can't spend on anything, so they're just going into my pocket.
So you basically just mid-maxed out Sonic. You basically mid-maxed. Oh my god!
I have spent my lost children on everything that you can spend them on. I still have almost 1,500 left over, so they're just going into my pocket.
Alright, I guess all these lost children are coming with you after the final battle.
Big won't take him back. He doesn't do refunds on his lost children dealing business. Favorite Disney princesses? Favorite Disney princesses? I know people debate whether she's a princess or not, but she is technically featured as part of the Disney princess line, Mulan.
She does count. She does count.
Technically, she's not a princess because she's not royalty, but
I know,
she's marketed as part of the Disney Princesses merchandise line, so I say she counts.
Well, in a way, she does count anyway, so, I mean...
Also, Kier's answer was Thor.
Oh, God.
Thor technically does count.
Yeah, my favorite Disney princess is a tie between Belle and Belle and Aurora.
Oh, and another one, she's not officially recognized as a Disney princess, but by God, she should be. It's just that Disney doesn't like acknowledging this movie exists. Kida from Atlantis: The Lost Empire.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, she's technically a president, but I'll counter. Screw it. Vanellope Von Schweetz. I love the hell out of that character. Just for the sheer, like, how she is, like, alone in that whole movie, in Wreck-It Ralph. I love how her character is.
Yup, Alonso's favorite princess is Belle, and second favorite princess is Kuzco. That's a perfect answer.
Yeah, well, yeah, Kuzco's best princess. What are you talking about?
Yeah. My favorite... Technically, if you want to count Disney heroes, because he did get his own spin-off movie, Kronk.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Favorite princess for me, it's a hard one, but... I'm trying to think, honestly. I'm not big on the Disney princesses, but, I guess if I had to technically pick one, Leia Organa.
Yeah, Leia counts, because owned by Disney.
Yeah.
Yep. That's really...
She is a princess.
Yep, she is a princess, so, yep. That,
yeah, she counts.
For me, it you know, like, because I have... I can't honestly think of any other Disney princesses off the top of my head, like, aside from Jasmine, but, like, she... You know, I don't know how I feel about Jasmine. Like, I like Jasmine, I think she's cute and all, but I just don't know about how I can't really decide how I feel about her personality. I feel bad for her that she's pretty...
Go ahead. Sorry.
I feel bad for her. No, it's okay. I feel bad for her, the fact is that she's pretty much being pretty much sold off
headstrong.
I feel bad for her, the fact is that she's being pretty much sold off to Jafar because of Jafar, you know, and his manipulations and all that shit.
Yeah. It's almost like he's the bad guy.
I know.
I'm joking. I joke about that because you see a lot. I'm joking about that because you see a lot of like parental complaints about like, oh, this character who is the villain of the movie does this heinous thing to one of the characters, and that means that this movie endorses like horrible things being committed. I'm like, these things are being done by the bad guy. The one you're not supposed to root for, right?
Also, I saw something similar.
Go ahead, sorry.
You first, honestly. I interrupted you.
No, you're all right. I was gonna say also the fact that magic in most of the Disney stories is an actual staple. So again, if the villain didn't have any sort of magical power, it would be a little bit boring.
Yeah. And Yop Alonso in chat pointed out Kairi counts as a Disney princess because she is one of the 7 princesses of heart.
Yeah.
Let's see. Also, I saw something similar to what you were saying, Ari, on Facebook about a year ago. I was just kind of sifting through Facebook, and I saw this like one video that apparently was like this woman was reacting to a clip from the old Pinocchio movie. Mainly how the coachman was taking the boys that had been already turned into donkeys and strip them of who they once were and crate them and ship them off to the salt mines and all that stuff. And this woman is just thinking like, this is ridiculous. How could any of this be appropriate for young children? And I'm just like, number one, this is a movie from like decades ago.
It was from the 40s.
Yeah. So that's for one thing, something like that was more culturally appropriate back in the day because it was meant to scare kids into behaving. And also the fact is that I'm thinking like the coachman is a bad guy. It's like these kids are being punished for their bad behavior, pretty much. You act like a jackass, you become a jackass.
Also, I find it funny that for as squeaky clean as people try to paint Golden Age Disney as, one of their most famous classics, Pinocchio, pretty heavily features the word jackass. In the literal sense, but still.
Yeah, I mean, there's like, it's hilarious. I remember in the movie, it's like,
what do I look like, a jackass?
Of course, Pinocchio is just like, you sure do.
Also, real talk, best character in Pinocchio, Figaro. That cat is still best character.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen Pinocchio, so I couldn't say.
Figaro's a little black and white tuxedo kitten.
Yeah, he's a tuxedo cat that is owned by Geppetto, who is Pinocchio's father.
Would you believe me if I said the only Pinocchio movie I've seen was a Russian one?
I can believe it.
I had that on VHS as a kid, and it took me until early this year to figure out which Pinocchio movie it was. Because I don't have the VHS anymore, and I could never remember the specific title of it. It's called The All New Adventures of Pinocchio.
I think I know what you're talking about, because I think I may have seen that movie.
I found a rip of it on YouTube. It turns out there's multiple releases of it through, like, different VHS distributors, as was the style at the time, where they would pick up, like, very cheap or even public domain movies and just put them out on VHS because they were basically up for grabs. The one that I had a different intro than the more commonly available one, which is like there's one version that opens with like a preview, basically a title theme that's more of like a pop song that has like previews of scenes from later in the movie. But the one I had like more of just like a standard song about Pinocchio and opens on like the opening title card of the movie. So what happened to my 3D model, Ari? Nothing happened to it. It's just I didn't feel like setting up my tracking tonight, so PNG it is.
Hey, and it
when
works,
in doubt. Hey, when in doubt, PNG out.
Yep. When in doubt, ping out.
And answer to your question, Kier, which Sonic character could be integrated well into a Disney world? That's a good question.
I mean, Sonic already has. He's in Wreck-It Ralph, and so is Eggman.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, I could see, I could actually kind of see Eggman in Treasure Planet.
I could see Eggman in Treasure Planet, definitely.
Yeah. Like,
I could see it being sort of like a storybook series take on Eggman, where, like, in the storybook series of Sonic games, like, the Sonic characters play the parts of different characters from the storybook.
Who would you think you would probably play?
I'm not too familiar with Treasure Planet, so I couldn't tell you. I've only seen it once, and I can't remember anything from it.
Well, Treasure Planet is just basically a retelling of.
It's a retelling of Treasure Island, but I've never read Treasure Island.
Treasure Island was a very good book.
Oh yeah, I remember reading it as a kid. I love that story. I love that book.
I haven't read a lot of books. I haven't seen a lot of movies.
My favorite iteration of that was one of the parts in the Page Master when they referenced it.
But yeah, I could definitely see Eggman playing like either a villainous role or maybe like Long John Silver in Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
Because like the characters, like the way it works in the storybook series is that like who plays what character in the storybook doesn't always necessarily match up personality-wise. Like, the only storybook game I've extensively played, because Sonic in the Secret Rings has god-awful controls that I cannot get my head around. So Sonic in the Black Knight, you've got, like, you've got less of... Amy is Nimue, the Lady of the Lake. You've got Shadow as Sir Lancelot, Blaze as Sir Percival, and Knuckles as Gawain. And in the multiplayer mode, we also see that they have Silver as Galahad.
Yep, and then Sonic and the Black Knight also had one of my favorite villains, Merlina.
Yeah, Merlina, the daughter of Merlin.
Merlina's adorable.
Yeah, and she's like one of the few villains where she's not really a bad guy. She just wants what's best for her world, and she's like totally justified, basically.
It's basically she wants what's best for the world, but she goes about it in the wrong way.
Yeah, she's just trying to make sure that her world doesn't end. Like, it's not a case of taking over the world, it's a case of I do not want my world to end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
I mean, who would want their world to end?
Well, I mean, nobody wants their world to end, but
Mephiles the Dark.
Well, here's the thing: nobody wants their world to end, but here's the thing, though: with every beginning, there is an end.
Yeah, because like she's aware of how the story of King Arthur ends.
It's just that people are afraid of. It's not a fact of the end that they're afraid of. Is what comes after the end.
Yeah, and since she's in a storybook that doesn't have an after the end, there is no after the end.
Yeah. But that's just like the idea.
It's basic, like Merlina. The best way I can sum her up without just straight up streaming a playthrough of Sonic and the Black Knight, which I do plan on doing at some point, is basically she's a villain who is trying to rewrite her world because she's afraid of death.
Yeah. Well, death can make people afraid of a lot of things.
Like also, death, entropy, all that kind of stuff. She's just afraid of, which is a common
fear.
Yeah, it's a very relatable common fear, and she's not acting out of malice.
Yep. Which, by the way, also, I'm still putting my foot down on this. Sonic and the Black Knight still has the best Supersonic in that game.
Yeah, even though it's technically not Supersonic, it's just a suit of armor. But it's a damn good suit of armor.
Yeah, Excalibur looks fucking good as well, dude. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's a cool take on Excalibur as a sword.
They need to bring that back. I'm sorry, but Sega, bring back Excalibur Sonic, dude. Bring him back.
Also, can we talk about how, like, King Arthur's design in there after he becomes the Black Knight is basically just a Soul Calibur character?
It's more so a Dark Souls / Soul Calibur character, in my opinion.
Like, he just looks like he could be a version of Nightmare.
Pretty much, yeah. Also, people made the joke about, like, oh, Sonic's gonna be the next guest character in Soul Calibur because of this game.
And his sword is even called Death Calibur.
Yeah.
Which, you know, obviously Soul Calibur gets its name from Excalibur, but still.
Well, yeah. But, again, it's just, like, again, I love, like, medieval era and stories and all that, and I have to say Secret Rings would have to be one of my favorite Sonic games aside from Adventure 2 Battle and the classic Sonics.
Like I said, it got absolutely slammed in reviews at the time because reviewers were predisposed to hate 3D Sonic games, whether they were good or not. Just look at the infamous GameSpot review, or was it IGN review, of Sonic Unleashed? IGN review of Sonic Unleashed, where they gave it a lower score than Sonic 06 because the guy playing it was bad at the game.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And when I say bad at playing the game, I mean, like, he misses a QuickTime event and says that's because the controls are unresponsive, but if you look at the QuickTime event on screen, it shows they didn't even press any buttons.
You ask me, he just salty. He fucked up a button press.
It's to the point that that review is so infamous that in recent years, IGN has actually apologized for it.
Good Lord.
Little, too late, unfortunately. I do not trust a single thing that IGN said.
Well, you shouldn't. They've always been shit.
I know. I'm like, the only time I will say that I will listen to IGN is when they have just announced the new movie that was be coming out.
Yeah, news coverage of, like, announcements is usually good. The reviews are very hit and miss because it's a you know, unofficial, like, they deny that this is really how it is, but it's obvious that's how it is. That, like, whether they give a game a high score or, like, a middling score, all depends on whether they have a sponsorship deal with the publisher or not.
Actually, I actually was thinking, I'm more on the Sonic and the Black Knight. If, like, the other characters from Sonic were in the game, like Rouge, Cream, and all them, who would they actually be? Because there are other characters in the King Arthur story. There are other characters.
I could see Rouge being Morgan Le Fay, I think her name is.
Yeah, I believe.
Or maybe like what's her name? Lancelot's love interest.
I don't remember.
I don't know my Arthurian lore.
I need to go back and
I keep forgetting whether it's Maid Marian. No, Maid Marian is Robin Hood. So it'd be Guinevere.
Yeah, Guinevere. Yeah, and yeah, it would be Guinevere. Yeah, I believe that's the case. Is it? Damn it! Now I gotta go back and re-study on all that. I used to be so well versed in the King Arthurian lore stuff.
Also, Ari, did you tell Niko here about our little idea we had last night?
No, and we need to tell Kier about it too. Now that he's here in chat.
Am I gonna be fearing for my life about this?
No, this is a cosplay for charity thing, based off of going to conventions. And working with Extra Life. Is, you know how JKR's buddy Mario has a charity cosplay group where they all dress up as Mario characters.
Yeah.
Last night, like, after stream, we were chatting about, like, I wanted to contribute in, like, convention appearances I can make in the Chicago area with, like, a Dr. Wily cosplay.
Okay.
And that sprung off into the idea of, like, a charity cosplay group where we all play mad scientists from fiction. Like, as long as they're a mad doctor of some sort, they're game. Yeah. They don't necessarily have to be, like, you know, a Dr. Eggman or a Dr. Wily. Stuff like, you know, Dr. Frankenstein or Dr. Frankenstein, or Dr. Jekyll, or Dr. Doofenshmirtz, or like, any of the scientists from Crash Bandicoot.
I mean, our main goal is to look for, like, characters who have mad scientists have actually, or mad doctors actually, who have been in video games. But, you know, again, we're pretty much open. We don't
primarily video game related, but basically who hasn't been in a video game at this point?
Pretty much, yeah. So
honestly,
I mean, we're pretty lenient on that.
Honestly, I've always wanted to try and do a Dr. Jekyll cosplay.
Well, there you go.
Nice. I do like the Victorian era outfit for it.
Yeah. Hey, the name of the group, tentatively right now, is the Mad Doctors Division.
Actually, it's I thought it was Mad Doctor, like singular.
Well,
Mad Doctor Division.
Either or, it's still not finalized. We have to file the paperwork for it.
Yeah, I was already talking to Mario about it, and he thought it was a pretty cool idea, because it's like, that way I'm the one managing the page, so you guys don't really have to do anything. It's just like Mario and I basically handle the paperwork of managing the pages.
I was joking about paperwork.
I know you're kidding, but I'm just saying, it's like in general, since I was the one who started this particular page, I'm like, you know, if you guys don't want to set up your own individual pages, we can just all group together underneath the Mad Doctor Division banner, and I'll just handle the managing the page and everything.
Yeah, and there was one who I messaged JKR about, like, late last night that I thought of after we got off our call. If you want a mad doctor in a very literal mad and doctor sense, Dr. Jerry Atrix from Scott the Woz.
Oh my god.
Like, they don't necessarily have to be a scientist, they just have to be a doctor of some kind. So characters like Dr. Lobato, who's a dentist from Psychonauts, or Dr. Zoidberg.
I was gonna say, with that idea, you gave me an idea for, like, Halloween one year. If we ever all, like, hang out in October, we could do like a monster, or like what is it, like monsters or whatever. So it's like
basically a monster mash.
Yeah, basically like Van Helsing, Frankenstein, the Mummy, like all kinds of stuff.
You want to know one of my favorite bits of trivia about the Monster Mash?
What?
Well, not so much trivia, more so like thing you don't think about the Monster Mash. Throughout the song, The Monster Mash, the events that that transpired in the Monster Mash are described in detail, but we are never told what dance moves the Monster Mash consists of, other than it was a graveyard smash, it caught on in a flash, and everyone did the Monster Mash.
Oh my god.
And the fact that it apparently replaced the Transylvania Twist.
Yes, that replaced the Transylvania Twist, which is also not described how it's performed.
The one costume I want to do that I've actually wanted to do for like a decade, but I could never get the funds to do it, is like Van Helsing's like outfit, because I'm in love with that jacket he has.
You mean from the Hugh Jackman movie?
Yeah, I wanted to do that one. Because I did a costume of the Bram Stoker's Van Helsing. I did Dr. Van Helsing before. It was one of the costumes I did at Portillo's, because they had a whole costume contest. And sadly I lost, but even though like 3 of my managers said they loved how my outfit looked, and people actually came up to me asking me, Dr. Helsing, what do you prefer? And I'm like, oh god.
Also, Kier in chat said he would be Blackula. I say go a step further than just Blackula, and do the Billy and Mandy Dracula.
Yes.
Also, he says he calls Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Yes, he calls Dr. Doofenshmirtz for the Mad Doctor division.
Good lord.
There are Phineas and Ferb games, so that would count.
Yep.
Also, Plankton could count.
I mean, yeah.
Plankton would count, because he has done mad science stuff before, and he's been in plenty of video games.
Yeah. He's been responsible for a lot of bullshit that happens in Bikini Bottom.
Yes.
There was also a mad scientist in the game Maniac Mansion for NES.
Dr. Fred, yes. We learned about Dr. Fred through Nerd E for its streams of Day of the Tentacle.
Yeah, we were thinking Hojo as well, Kier.
Yeah, Professor Hojo.
Last night.
Yeah, Professor Hojo. Which, by the way, JKR, if you ever run into a Professor Gerald Robotnik, you two need to have a dance-off.
I would love to do that, but I cannot dance to save my life. And even if I could, the kind of dance I would do...
Look, if I had...
I would want...
Go ahead.
The kind of dance that I would do is more like, well, what I want to do, is like ballroom dancing. That's the kind of dance I want to learn how to do. Just because, you know, I'm the kind of guy who's like, I'm very, I always seem to pride myself on this being like the sophisticated individual, and I'm just like, even though I'm not really that sophisticated, I'm just like, I joke around saying, I'm a sophisticated gentleman.
You are the very model of a modern major general, after all.
Yeah, right.
I
mean,
I can kind of dance. I used to be good at it, but I'm not good at it anymore.
Yeah, like the best dance I can do is like the Russian dance, and I can't even do
the
that
Cossack.
very well. Yeah, and I can't even do it very well. Like I can kind of sort of do it because I mimicked it from the Three Stooges, but
yeah,
my hips and spine won't let me do the Cossack.
Yeah, I can't get that low, unfortunately, without falling over.
So you can't get low, but can you go from the window to the wall? To the window! To the wall! Ah, skeet, motherfucker!
No. I was gonna say,
you don't. I forgot. I forgot. You don't listen to good music. I kid. I kid. You don't listen to stuff like Lil Jon. But I heard that I heard that at both of my high school proms.
I was gonna say, I used to be able to do a very good Irish tap dance. So much so I actually got like a little bit of like. They gave out awards in the 3rd grade for, like, something we were all good at in some way, shape, or form. Apparently, I was good at Irish tap dancing back then, and I was like, okay, what?
I can do a damn good Macarena.
Anyone can do a good Macarena.
Macarena.
Yeah, I'm not saying that as something to specifically be proud of. I'm saying that's my level of dance skill.
But can you do can you do a good margarita pizza?
No, because I don't like tomatoes on my pizza.
Well, I tried.
I like tomato sauce, and I like tomato sauce. I like spaghetti sauce. I like ketchup. I like pizza sauce.
You don't have to have slices of tomato on a margarita pizza. You can have tomato.
If you want to do it proper Italian style, it's got to have sliced tomatoes in it.
Yeah, but you don't have. Yeah, but you don't have to.
Look, I've already committed enough sins against my 0.2% Italian heritage. I'm not going to desecrate. I'm not going to desecrate a pizza.
I'm gonna say
that if you here's the thing, Ari, if you did actually make a margarita pizza without the tomato slices, you know damn well Red Wing would come after you.
Yeah, he would get pissed at me for committing further heresy against the Italians.
I was gonna say, didn't he want to kill you because of you saying ramen is just basically Japanese spaghetti?
Yes, and he wanted to kill me again after I told him that ravioli is Italian dumplings.
Oh my god. By the way, you go ahead.
I'm just gonna say that he actually he'll jump down my throat whenever I tell him that Chicago-style pizza is the superior pizza.
I mean, Chicago-style pizza is great. It's just not good pizza because it's not pizza by definition.
Fair, but here's the thing. You, me and Kier, we always joke about this for the hell of it because we love to.
Yes, he is an actual New York Italian, so he takes great offense to any sacrilege about pizza or Italian food in general.
Yeah, like he will go nuts on me if I tell him that I'm enjoying a delicious slice of Chicago-style pizza, and like I'll tell him it's like I've had New York style, I don't mind it, but But the thing is, like, he will just... It's, like, ingrained into his DNA to fucking go ballistic whenever someone says that they're eating a Chicago-style pizza.
Well, I mean, if you really want to piss him off, tell him that you're eating a Korean pizza or a Brazilian pizza.
Look, regardless, can we just all agree, including the people in chat, pizza just kicks ass?
I mean, pizza's like sex. Even when it's bad, it's still pizza. Or at least that's what I've been told.
My mom said the same damn thing a few days ago, and I just
can't say from experience, but I can say I've had bad pizza that wasn't, still satisfying on the fact of it being pizza. And that was from a chain that I've only seen two. I say chain, I've only seen 2 locations of it, and both of them were around my old hometown. It was called Fuel Pizza. And no, I don't mean gas station pizza. It was a chain called Fuel Pizza that was themed after like 1950s gas stations. And the pizza.
Now you're making me hungry for the Philly cheesesteak pizza from my 7-Eleven. God damn it.
The pizza had no flavor, but it had a ton of grease.
Excuse you and your... How the hell do you have a pizza with no flavor and a shit ton of grease?
I don't know how you have a pizza with no flavor when all of the ingredients have distinct flavors to them. That's how bad the pizza was.
I'm just curious here because
there's a difference. I say that's the worst pizza I've had, not because it's a flavor that I didn't like, because the only way I could say pizza can truly be bad from my experience having Fuel Pizza is if the pizza has no taste. Like, there is no taste sensation when you eat it. It does not leave you with the sensation of eating pizza. It just feels like you're eating nothing, but it makes you feel bloated afterwards and makes you feel all clogged up and greasy. Like, that is bad pizza.
So basically what you're saying is you're eating cardboard with tomato sauce on it.
No, cardboard has more flavor.
Yeah.
Oh no.
This had literally no taste sensation to it.
Oh, geez, that bad, eh?
Yeah. And me and my dad went there after school one day. We only went there the one time because we both agreed it was the worst pizza we've ever had.
Well, at least you guys can agree on that.
Yes, we agree on plenty of things. It's just at the time we didn't.
Now I want pizza now. I want fucking pizza now.
So get pizza.
I don't have any. I have no monies.
So get some. So do a GoFundMe to get you do a Kickstarter to get you a pizza. I was about to say a GoFundMe, but no, a Kickstarter would be funnier. For my stretch goals, I will send you photos of the pizza, and if you donate at the highest tier available, I will send you a slice of the pizza. There is no guarantee that it will still be fresh, and that it will not be moldy.
Yeah, I think I can wait to have a pizza. Okay. Look, I may crave a pizza, but here's the thing: I'm not desperate for one.
Like, do a Kickstarter for a pizza, expect it to be only like $30 to order a pizza, and you make like $5 million.
Real talk though, when you come out to Illinois, me, you, JKR, and Lulu need to sit down and actually go to a proper pizza joint.
Depends on your definition of proper.
A proper Chicago pizza joint.
Depends on your definition of proper Chicago, because I know you got your 2 different styles of pizza that are native to Chicago.
That's
look,
true,
one's one's a freaking casserole, the other's a deep dish. Take your pick.
Both of them are deep dish. The casserole is the deep dish.
Yeah.
I was thinking like that home run, whatever it's called, pizza. That's a Chicago chain.
Home Run Inn is pretty good. I love them.
That's what I figured you were talking about. But if you're talking about like a Chicago style deep dish, I've already had that. If you're talking about Home Run Inn, yeah, we'll definitely do Home Run Inn. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never actually been to a Home Run Inn myself, but I know of it. I've had their pizza, their frozen pizza, maybe once or twice before. But most of the time, I just get there. Most of the time, I make pizza from scratch. That's my.
I've had Home Run Inn one time, and that was after me and my family went to go see a stage play of Christmas Carol that my mom was part of. And I have to say one thing, fresh I've had frozen Home Run Inn pizza and fresh Home Run Inn pizza. Dude, fresh
is better.
Fresh is always going to be better.
It puts the deep dish pizza to shame.
I've only had frozen Home Run Inn. I only had it the one time.
Yeah.
Mostly because I picked it up not knowing what it was, but I did know it was on sale.
I love the top frozen pizzas I like are Home Run Inn, DiGiorno, and Tombstone.
Dude, I need to turn you on to Bellatoria if it's available in your area. It's so good.
It is. I've seen it.
Bellatoria is so good. That's the kind of pizza I had last night and today.
Another pizza I need to introduce you to. Have you ever heard of Screaming Sicilian?
I love Screaming Sicilian.
They have an all veggie and an all meat lovers pizza at my Aldi. 2 of those extra large pies.
I'm surprised that they sell Screaming Sicilian at Aldi.
They do.
From my experience, Aldi just mostly sells store brand products of stuff instead of
No, the Aldi by my house sells Screaming Sicilian.
I mean, hell,
and it is cardboard and everything, bro. It's in the cardboard box and everything.
Well, you know what they say about Aldi's locations, right? The existence of Aldi's, the existence of Aldi's throughout different parts of the world implies and outright confirms that in the past we were visited by Aldi's nuts.
JKR, did you hear something? Look, either you or Lulu tried to do all these nuts jokes, and I'm literally looking at both of you.
I didn't even come up with that one. I got it from a YouTube poop of Ancient Aliens.
Oh my god.
Which also features one of my favorite sentence mixed phrases ever, where it was by Da Things, absolute legend, same woman who made the RZ YouTube poop mod that a lot of my redeems come from. That one's by Crobo Productions, but Veshpints is also legendary. But in this Ancient Aliens YouTube poop, since the episode that it was using as source material was about, what if myths and legends and comic book superheroes were all, tied back to ancient aliens that visited Earth. And for part of it, they had an interview with Stan Lee to talk about, inspirations and thoughts on the mythical origins of a lot of comic book superheroes. But Da Things clearly showed her contempt for the History Channel and Ancient Aliens by sentence mixing Stan Lee in that segment to say, when I heard that this was from the History Channel, I assumed it would be educational, and I also assumed that it would be based in facts. However, the information here is clearly the information in this situation is clearly speculation. In other words, you're wrong.
Yes, they are wrong.
Good lord.
I also have to talk about one of my favorite revelations, pun intended, well, not pun, but like, continuing rhyming scheme intended. My revelation on the information that was purely speculation in this situation. Alliteration, that's the word I'm looking for. Hey, that fits too! It was from Quentin Review's video on Ancient Aliens, and he pointed out how, like, in Ancient Aliens, they always assume that stuff like the pyramids and the, like, the pyramids of Giza and, you know, the temples built in, like, the Aztec and Mayan regions could not have been built without extraterrestrial help, but stuff like, Stonehenge was clearly built by humans, so basically it's like always the white civilizations were clearly built by human hands without alien intervention, but the non-white civilizations always couldn't have done it by themselves. It was outside of their realm of possibility. They had to have had aliens help them. So what Quentin came to, other than that's extremely racist, was this implies that ancient aliens didn't visit a lot of Europe because aliens hate white people.
Wow. Wow. But yeah, Ari, you know, the next time you're here in Chicago, there is a pizza place that I want to take you to, that I actually grew up going to. It's called Pizzeria Due, or Pizzeria Uno, and they're the ones that we got the recipe for the. And they're the ones I got the recipe from the for the deep dish pizza.
Okay.
I haven't had Uno, Pizzeria Uno in a long time.
Yeah, that was my childhood, my dude.
That was my childhood too. That was my childhood too as well.
If I can get either or, like, all of you guys down to North Carolina sometime for whatever reason, probably for a convention or something,
or
then,
just a straight-up get-together.
Then I absolutely have to treat you to some North Carolina-style barbecue. Except for JKR, of course. He wouldn't have North Carolina-style barbecue, but I would find something seafood-related from this area to treat him to, since this is a coastal state, so we have a lot of seafood stuff here.
Nice.
But yeah, I've also got to treat you guys to the North Carolina fast food staple that is Bojangles. And yes, they are opening up in more locations now, but still,
they have a Bojangles out in Illinois.
Yeah,
see,
I know
there's a lot of there's a lot of Popeyes down in the part that I live in, but nobody goes to them because eating at Popeyes in North Carolina is sacrilege because Popeyes is not a North Carolina chain, and Bojangles is already our Cajun-styled fried chicken chain.
My favorite chicken place to eat at that I've gotten addicted to is Raising Cane's.
You want to know, like, how weird and, like, abstract some of Bojangles' menu options have gotten in recent years?
How?
They're selling what they call bird dogs, which are like hot dog buns with a piece of fried chicken in them.
What?
They call them bird dogs.
I don't suppose you can get chili and cheese on top of that?
I don't know if you can. I've never ordered one.
A chili cheese bird dog?
A chili cheese bird dog. See if we could get Sonic hooked on chili bird dogs instead of just regular chili dogs.
Yeah. Just have Sonic talk to Jetwave and Storm. Hey, you guys want a chili cheese bird dog?
Sonic, what the hell is wrong with you? Jet the squawk!
Here's the thing. Jet would be all for it because Jet's a chicken hawk.
Yeah. And Storm's an albatross and Wave is a swallow.
Yeah, so Wave and Storm would be the ones offended, not fucking Jet. Jet would be all like, oh, fuck yeah, give me that shit.
And I don't think papaya's really that much of a regional thing here in North Carolina. Because, like, when I say coastal, I mean more like, you know, fisheries and stuff like that, as opposed to, like, you know, tropical fruits.
He didn't say papaya, he said paella.
Oh, paella! I misread it. Paella.
Yeah.
I mean, if we go to a Mexican place, we could totally get that. I mean, like, you can just kind of get that anywhere in the U.S.
Yeah. I mean,
there's a Mexican joint that
paella.
There's a Mexican joint that. No, you're fine. I interrupted you. I apologize.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, in Fox Valley, there is a Mexican joint that's called On the Border. They have really good enchiladas and quesadillas.
I will say, the part of North Carolina that I live in has a very large Latino population, so there's a lot of, like, Mexican places here. So
God, I'm getting hungry now.
We would not be short on options.
So what you're saying here is we get a bunch of food, we have a movie marathon, and we say screw it.
There's a Latino bakery not far from me where I could get, like, you know, that kind of stuff. I don't know what exactly they would sell there that's different, but I'm sure, like, how it's seasoned and or, you know, the ingredients in the baked goods would be different than what you would get at your standard bakery.
There's a place in Illinois that just gives you dinner while they play a movie for you. While they play a movie for you on the big screen. Like, I've only been there, like, twice. That was it. That was back when I was in high school.
I bet I worked at a place like that. It's called AMC Theaters.
Oh God! Well, yeah, AMC. That's where usually me and my beloved go to watch movies, especially since the fact unlimited refills on popcorn and drinks.
There's a I say local theater. There's like 3 of them nationwide, and one of them is in, like, the general part of the state I live in, close to where I used to live, where my mom currently lives, called Silver Spot. And it's basically, imagine an AMC, but not, like, heavily corporatized, and a lot more chill, and the seats are, like, leather reclining chairs.
They have that at AMC now.
But it's, like, standard AMC, in all the theaters, and it's cheaper than an AMC.
Yeah.
And the food is better than AMC, and they also serve, like, wine and beer.
Oh, okay. Funny thing, one time when Lulu and another friend came out of a movie, a guy filled his empty popcorn bucket full with icy, and we were looking at him like, is that even legal?
I've also got to, another theater I would want to take you guys to is the theater that me and my mom usually go to that's even closer to where she lives, called the Lumina. It's a locally owned movie theater. It doesn't play a whole bunch of movies at once because of limited space, but
yeah,
it's like a very, like, down-home, like, very cozy feeling theater. And one of the things that they proudly have on display as part of their long-running history is the original movie posters they had for the first 2 movies that they ever played on their opening day.
Oh.
And you want to know what those 2 movies are, to give you an idea of how long this theater's been around? And also,
sure,
you know, the dichotomy of the 2 movies they were playing, dichotomy in quality of the 2 movies they were playing at the time.
Okay.
What was it?
Gladiator and Battlefield Earth.
Oh.
One of, you know, an Oscar nominee, if not winner. I don't know about the Oscars for that year. I wasn't following that at that time. And one of the worst movies ever made.
I don't think a lot of us were.
Have a good night, Shadow Dragon.
Have a good night, Shadow Dragon. I am sad because there used to be, like, a dollar theater that was in our in Joliet. that they used to have that they showed like like a bunch of older movies, and it was really cool. It had one of the best arcades in there, and I'm sad that they tore it down for a Dick's Sporting Goods because that place was so much fun. Like me and a bunch of my friends, Lulu, and two of my friends from high school would always go there like on a weekend and just go see a bunch of movies.
I've also got to take you guys to one of the places that I applied to work at, which is a retro video game, toy, comic book, and just overall collectible shop very close to me. That
you had me at retro video game.
It sells all of those things. It's called Brothers.
Brothers, eh?
Ooh, nice. Nice.
And right down the street from it is a vinyl record shop that also sells CDs.
Ooh.
And no,
Nice.
this isn't a setup for a D's Nuts joke. I'm being serious.
Yeah. One place that I would have loved to do again sometime is Galloping Ghost.
Galloping Ghost, I need to go there again just because that place is like a mecca to me. Is my holy land.
Yeah.
That is my holy land too. Like, I'm sorry, but I love like a lot of the arcade machines there.
It's the only place it's the only place I've been to where I can play the arcade port that was Japan exclusive of Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
And you know, the only surviving arcade prototype of Primal Rage 2.
Yeah, it's also one of the only places where I can play, I can actually test my skills without my vision with Sonic the Fighters on arcade stick.
And also one of the only places that has a actual arcade cabinet of the canceled Mortal Kombat clone Tattoo Assassins.
Yeah, also has the Castlevania arcade.
Both Castlevania arcade games, technically.
Yeah.
They have Haunted Castle and Castlevania the arcade.
Yeah, the arcade, when I saw they had it there, that's when I was like, I gotta go there now.
And they have one of the only North American test location units for the Sonic arcade game. Not Sonic the Fighters, but Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, the one with Mighty and Ray.
I tried that, and oh my god, was it difficult.
It's so hard, and it's a game that's basically...
like me, you, and...
yeah, it was me, you, and...
JKR tried
yeah,
it?
me, you, and JKR played it together. Because it's a 3-player game.
Yeah, that shit was just... Oh god.
It's entirely controlled with a trackball and one button.
Yeah.
Which also makes it a bitch to emulate. So the best way to play it is the arcade machine.
Yeah, another arcade machine I want to play there is, again, is the KI, the original Killer Instinct.
Yeah. One I want to play there that I didn't know about, but I looked up earlier, is they have an arcade spin-off of StarCraft there.
Yeah. They also have the arcade Mario Karts.
They also have Splatterhouse, my beloved.
Yep, Splatterhouse was a good one.
They have F-Zero AX, the arcade version of F-Zero GX.
One place I want to take you guys to, specifically you, Ari, and Kier. Two of you. Next time, whenever I can get the two of you here in Chicago, there's one theater that I would love to take you guys to, and that's the Davis Theater. And Niko, you're welcome to tag along if you want to. I don't know if you've ever been to the Davis.
The Davis I've heard things about. I have never been there.
Here, you've never heard of F-Zero AX? It was an arcade version of F-Zero GX where, like, you could bring your GameCube memory card to transfer use your save data in the arcade game.
Yeah, here's the thing about that. If you want to play the arcade game, just play it at an actual arcade. Don't try to unlock the arcade stuff on GX by clearing very hard mode. You're not going to have a good time.
Dolphin can emulate that game now.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if you're trying to play it on legit hardware, good luck, because you have to beat all the tracks on very hard, and that's a pain in the ass.
And you can also emulate F-Zero AX on Nintendo Wii.
Speaking of which, do you want to know the world record for very hard F-Zero GX?
What?
14:58.
That's impressive.
Okay.
14
It's
minutes.
insane.
14 minutes 58 seconds for the entire game.
Yeah, the reason why is because there's a trick that they do. If the cart is sideways, there is no speed limit on it.
Oh, we're going by Big Rigs rules then.
Yeah, exactly. Like, look it up because the fastest they've done a very hard is 14:58, and you have to clear first on all tracks on very hard to do it. And the problem with it is the AI is ruthless.
Yes, it is.
So it's like you're ending the match with like 1 health left, crossing the finish line, and that's it.
Yeah, because
Like, so fast,
JKR,
you have
if you haven't played F-Zero, it's different from a lot of racers, other than being extremely fast. In that, like,
I'm familiar with F-Zero due to the GP Legend anime that was on.
Well, I'm talking about like the gameplay of the games. Like, you can lose a race not just by coming in a lower place. You can lose the race by dying.
It's either you have to place first, second, or third, or you're basically ranked out. And F-Zero GX is very, very it has a reputation, let's just say that.
It has a reputation as one of the hardest F-Zero games, if not the hardest.
Well, yeah, because there's I forgot which F-Zero game, for example, like, I'll tell you how hard it is. There is a mission where you have to get one certain racer first place, but you can't pass them. And if you somehow get first before them, or if they die, you automatically fail.
Oh.
Kier said GX is the hardest, and people love that. Yeah, it's one of those cases where it's a hard son of a bitch, but that's what makes it so appealing to come back to and try to get better at.
Like, if you look up a speed run of very hard, it is insane. Like, it is impressive.
It's also a very fast racer. Like, you go at insane speeds.
I'm not big into racing games. Like, I have a couple racing games.
Well, me neither. Like, the most I play is Mario Kart.
I'm not even a big Mario Kart guy. I prefer Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed.
There is a racer for Konami that had Dracula and Trevor as raceable
Konami
characters.
Crazy Racers.
Yeah. I had that for Game Boy Advance, and I'm just like, oh god. Who gave Dracula a fucking go-kart?
What is a man? A miserable pile of my fucking dust! Eat shit, Belmont!
Red Shell throws him into, like, lava. Oh my god. Now I want to see Death drive a go-kart. I'm sorry, I just want to see this.
If you want to see Death driving a car, just play Twisted Metal.
Well, fair, yeah.
I shit you not, I've been getting into Twisted Metal recently because I watched a retrospective by Tactical Bacon Productions, who went over each game in the Twisted Metal series and reviewed them, including the canceled but partly released Twisted Metal Lost. Like, one of the recurring racers throughout the Twisted Metal series is Mr. Grimm, who's the Grim Reaper. Except, not only...
Wasn't Sweet Tooth one of the racers, too?
Sweet Tooth is the mascot character of Twisted Metal, yes. But, like, Mr. Grimm...
Calypso.
Yeah, Calypso is from, is the main villain of the Twisted Metal series. His whole thing is, like, if you win Twisted Metal, Calypso grants you your wish, but he 9 times out of 10 finds a way to twist it against you. Like
I am Calypso, and I thank you for playing Twisted Metal.
Yes, the voice actor for Calypso in Twisted Metal 2, 3, and 4 is so good. Because he's like, he understood the assignment, and he delivers it with the appropriate, like, punchable smugness.
You know, I should honestly add the whole Calypso line to my demo reel, because I can do a pretty good impression of that voice.
Yeah. If you want a good laugh at, like, what Twisted Metal could have been, the original Twisted Metal was supposed to have FMV cutscenes, like, live-action FMV cutscenes for the endings, where they had, like, real people playing the parts of the Twisted Metal characters, but they obviously had a shoestring budget. And those FMV sequences were released as a bonus on the PS2 version of Twisted Metal Head-On. And, like, Calypso's actor is so delightfully hammy, and not only are, you know, the endings acted out instead of just being a text screen, but, some of the endings are completely different in funny ways. Like, one of the only endings in the game where Calypso doesn't screw someone over in some way is, I can't remember what character it is, but because I don't know the Twisted Metal cast all that well, or at least their drivers. I know the car names, basically.
Yeah.
It's like these two guys who went, two, like, you know, dude bro types, who, in their ending, they win Twisted Metal, and, like, you're supposed to have, like, put in a contract what your wish is before you, enter Twisted Metal, so Calypso already knows what your wish is going to be. And, these guys didn't put a wish in their contract, because they didn't know what they wanted, because they didn't think they would get that far. Because, like, Twisted Metal, not only is it's like a demolition derby where you're encouraged to kill people.
Yep.
And, like, they see Calypso, and he's surrounded in this game by, like, bikini-clad women. And they're like, "We want babes!" And Calypso just, like, raises his arms, smiles, and says, "Done!" And all of his bikini-clad women just get into their car and drive off with them. And he doesn't screw them over in any way. He just respects wanting, like, hot women. He respects the bro code. He may be basically the devil himself, but he respects the bro code.
There's another one that I like a lot that I've seen from those live-action cutscenes. Was Sweet Tooth, or
oh yes, Needles Kane is his name, but Sweet Tooth is the name of his car.
People always just refer to him as Sweet Tooth as well.
Yeah, it's to the point where in the last Twisted Metal game to come out so far, which was the 2012 reboot, they just most of the time interchangeably call him either Needles or Sweet Tooth.
Like, I remember they actually said it was like the idea was that Marcus Kane and Needles Kane are like two separate personalities that apparently have somehow been split apart from each other, and Marcus is like just taken aback by the fact it's like he finds out that Needles is him.
Yeah.
He's actually he's like, "Don't you drive, Sweet Tooth?" He's like, "I'm you moron." But yeah, I remember in the old live-action cutscenes, it was like, and I don't remember if Calypso actually screwed Needles over.
He didn't.
I just remember that
he didn't because he wasn't expecting Sweet Tooth to be so crazy.
Yeah, all he wanted was a fucking paper bag.
Yeah, it was, like, if you look at his bio in the game, it says that his wish is to be reunited with his best friend, and it turns out his best friend is a lunch sack that he treats as a person, that he uses as, like, a hand puppet. It's just a brown paper bag, and he gets into an argument with it, yelling at it for leaving him, and then, like, he just opens fire on Calypso while shouting pineapple.
What?
Yeah, Sweet Tooth in the original Twisted Metal was, like, comically crazy instead of a serial killer.
God, I need to play this now.
I mean, the live-action cutscenes aren't in the game because they were cut the last minute, but they were filmed and you can find them on YouTube. But like like he opens fire on Calypso, and he's got a woman tied up in his car next to him this whole time, and she like frees herself and pulls a gun on Sweet Tooth, and she's like, "You better fucking let me go now." And then Calypso just magics himself into the car, and he's like, "You've got guts to free yourself and pull a gun on Sweet Tooth after he just tried to kill me. You saved my life. I will grant you any wish you want." And she's like, "No, I just want to get the fuck out of here. You two leave me alone."
Yeah. Like, screw you. Screw this, and screw you, and screw your game.
Yeah.
Fuck you, fuck this, fuck everything, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like...
But,
I you know, it was funny because the fact is I never played Twisted Metal, but I knew of it thanks to Death Battle.
I knew of it as a kid because my dad's one of my dad's exes, the same kid that you know, left me stranded in the parking lot of the apartment complex where there were a lot of condos and stuff. I didn't know how to find my way back. That guy, he would play a lot of Twisted Metal 3 in particular. He wouldn't let me play it because I was too young to play it. But the thing I remember, other than Sweet Tooth being immediately iconic, was one of the characters in Twisted Metal 3. Her name's Flower Power. She's like a hippie girl. They never referred to her by her racer name or her character name. They just called her the sexy girl. And that's what taught me the word sexy.
I only knew of Twisted Metal through like magazines, and that was it. And that's a shame because I now want to play these games. Well, just for the sheer fact that Sweet Tooth just yells pineapple and open fire.
Like, he yells pineapple while he's opening fire.
But yeah, like, I remember my friend True Prime is the one who actually first mentioned Twisted Metal to me, but I had no idea what it was. Like, he would always talk about a lot of stuff, and I was just like, a lot of it was just like, in one ear and out the other, because, you know, he just talks this stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
But, that, you know, a few years later, I stumbled across the death battle of Joker versus Sweet Tooth, and I was just like, you know, I loved the fight, and of course, you know, me being the Joker fanboy that I am, loved the fact that Joker won that death battle.
Yeah, I'm actually, like, since I've been playing the Twisted Metal series recently, I'm thinking about cosplaying Sweet Tooth.
Nice.
It's just, there's so many designs for Sweet Tooth, I need to nail which one I want to do. Because it basically amounts to, do you want to do clown makeup, or do you want to do a mask?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of versions, like, a lot of people are more familiar with, like, the mask version of him now, especially with
the mask version
Twisted
became,
Metal.
like, his default look, starting with Twisted Metal Black, which is where it was introduced.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Twisted Metal 1, 2, 3, and 4, he wore clown makeup.
Right, I know. And then I was just saying, it's like, plus with the Twisted Metal,
the Twisted Metal Paramount series, yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I've actually got the figure for Sweet Tooth, since I've got, like, a belly.
Yeah. No, I wasn't gonna say that, because I was gonna be nice, but yeah.
I can say that about myself, no one else can.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, but I do agree with you, Ari, that, yeah, you do have the bod for it.
Yeah.
I ain't saying shit.
But like
I've got the bod for you know, fucking Robotnik. So who am I to talk?
A lot of my friends say I have the body for either Luigi or Waluigi.
You do.
You do. I can see that.
Especially Waluigi because you're lanky.
Yeah. And you're pretty freaking tall, so yeah.
One of my friends wanted me to cosplay Waluigi for her, and I was just like...
Is this a fetish thing?
What? I was just concerned. I was just like, I mean, I don't mind. Like, she's a good friend of mine back in high school. We're still friends to this day, but I never got a chance to do a Waluigi cosplay. But then again, at the same time, Lulu wanted to do Mario and Peach because she says she sees me more of a Mario than like a Luigi or Waluigi.
Here says, I got the body of Shrek, I've been told. Okay, but, do you have layers? Like an ogre? Or an onion?
Onion. Like an onion, yeah.
Do you also have a swamp?
And did somebody once tell you that the world was gonna roll you and that you ain't the sharpest tool in the shed?
Oh my god, Sugar Conroy is right. Everything on the internet is literally just all-star.
Yes. There was a video that Tom Scott did where he looked at every movie that prominently features All-Star in at least one scene of it and, like, tier listed them. And obviously Shrek came out on top. But one of them he mentioned was like some sports documentary about a high school football team in America, and like he watched it all the way through, and one thing he found was Americans are really weirdly cultish about like school sports.
Yeah.
And the other thing he found out was IMDb lied to me. All-Star is nowhere in this movie. So I paid a huge amount of money for this rare out-of-print movie to import it from America, and went through all this shit to watch this unbearable movie just to find out that no, All-Star is not actually in it.
Did Tom Scott at least mention the Digimon movie?
Yes, he did. He gave it, I think, like a C or something, because it's so out of nowhere. It's at the very end of the movie, and contextually it doesn't fit very well, because it's about, like, it's kind of like Davis mourning the death of Kokomon. And, yeah. But all of a sudden it's just, hey, now, you're an all-star. with Wendigomon dancing to it.
Look, he was having a good time. Leave him alone.
He also mentioned the Angela Anaconda intro because the DVD version he bought had that.
Yeah.
Because this was before the remaster came out. This was several years ago.
I was gonna say, someone actually did a thing of steamed hams, but it's All-Star.
Yep. I saw, I believe it was JKR that sent this to me. Someone made a steamed hams themed evolution called Luncheon.
I think I did send that to you a while ago.
It was like this morning or something.
Oh, that wasn't me then. I didn't.
Someone did. No, it was Furrit who did then. But it was like it was an evolution that had an overall design scheme that looked like Principal Skinner. It was called An Unforgettable Luncheon.
I still say Eggman would have an Eevee called Eggion.
I mean, he would just have a fucking. He would no doubt have like both a.
He would have the one. He would have the one steel type evolution that exists in the universe because he roboticized it.
Right.
Don't let Lulu hear you say that. She will kill you if you did that.
Let's say I haven't done it already.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Gardevoir roboticized Gardevoir is off limits, but then Iron Valiant exists.
Yep.
And Iron Valiant is awesome.
Right.
Why does Iron Valiant just sound like the name of an Iron Man adjacent superhero?
I don't know, but at the same time, it is a pretty badass Pokemon. Just for the sheer fact, it has the special attack of a Gardevoir, but the physical attack of a Gallade.
Like, I hear Iron Valiant, and I think, like, oh, this is something like Ironheart, or Iron Patriot, or Ironmonger, or, no, not War Machine.
Ask the people who did the Pokemon Violet, Paradox Pokemon. You have Iron Thorns, I think. I don't know all of them by
heart. Do they have
Iron
Maiden? Because Iron Maiden's pretty awesome.
The band, yes. The other, the band, yes. The torture device, okay. In Pokemon, I don't know.
Okay, but the Iron Maiden torture device, which historically didn't exist, but still, Carmilla proved that Iron Maidens can be sexy.
Well, the fact that she fashioned one into a one-piece outfit and is able to move around and fight in it despite the effects
all without
of
having a
armor.
single wardrobe malfunction, by the way.
Right. Yeah,
despite her despite her breasting boobily every step she takes.
That's not even the impressive part. The impressive part is, have you seen the shoes she wears?
Yes, they're massive
heels?
Stilettos.
Sage.
Yeah, pinpoint heels, and she's able to run around in that shit.
She's able to run around and like jump and fight and all that shit. I'm like, girl, Bayonetta would like to have a word with you because she wears block heels instead of stilettos.
Look, the fact that Maria says even the vampires are bigger than mine, look, Maria, I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't think that's what you should be focusing on, especially since the fact this woman is running around in stilettos and Iron Maiden armor, and she will kill you.
I mean, why are you thinking about your auntie's boobs anyway?
I'm not thinking of my auntie's boob. What the fuck?
Auntie Maria.
I know what you're talking about.
You were just talking about something related to Auntie Maria's boobs.
I was quoting a phrase that she said, wise ass. Look, you're the one who's obsessed with my auntie here, okay?
Hey, I resemble that remark.
I was gonna say, yeah, stutter, yeah. Yeah, you're into my auntie. I know this.
Look, I ain't above admitting when I'm down bad for someone as long as it's not in person in front of them. Because that makes it a little weird to be like, hey, I think you're sexy. What are we gonna do with that?
Oh God. One of these days she ever shows up on a stream and she just hears you. Oh my God.
I just got the most cursed idea in my head, but I don't know whether I'm gonna share it or not on stream. Fuck it, I will. Tags NTR. Be like her response referring to, you know, her implied romance with Alucard, being like, I'm already seeing someone, and I'd be like, great, he could watch.
You know, I think she'd be into that, honestly. I'm not surprised at this point. With how my family is, with how the ancestors and family and
that's without getting non-canon alternate timeline stuff like Sonya Belmont involved.
Oddly enough, with Vampire Survivor, it technically counts as canon.
Yes. It depends on whether you count Vampire Survivors as canon to Castlevania, or if it's like a Judgment situation where, like, it's obviously non-canon, but it could fit in.
I am not getting into those alternate timelines and AUs.
And if we're to count if we are to count the crossover DLC in Vampire Survivors as canon, then that means we must also count Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as canon.
Well, Ultimate is already canon just for the sheer fact that multiverses exist.
And also,
again in one stream you said you asked if we could bring Lukua here or Shantae or whatever. It is fucking possible.
BRB, guys. I'll BRB.
Take your time.
Okay.
Like, it is fucking possible. I'm just gonna say you're gonna piss off a higher power here, but it's possible.
But we do the summoning ritual to summon Lukoa, but it's basically It's basically the same summoning ritual as, like, from Aqua Teen Hunger Force when BillyWitchDoctor.com was summoning a Mega Ultra Chicken. Arise, chicken. Chicken, arise.
Arise, Lukoa, arise.
Arise, dragon. Arise, dragon. Dragon, arise.
Arise, Booba Dragon, arise.
Although she does not like being called a dragon.
Yeah, I know.
Because she's technically not a dragon. She likes being called either a former goddess, a serpent, or a Venusian.
Yeah. Then again, Quetzalcoatl's are basically Aztec and Mayan, so.
Yep. Specifically Aztec. I looked it up. I wanted to make sure I got my lore right for Lukoa's origins, because I'm interested in seeing, like, like, some of her backstory as presented in Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, I thought was like, oh, this is just some fan servicey thing they made up. No, the thing about her getting drunk and doing the deed with her sister, that actually did happen in Aztec mythology.
In lore, yeah. Yeah, in lore, yeah, it was an actual thing.
Except it wasn't just her getting drunk. It was like wine that had been enchanted to immediately intoxicate. I say her as if Lukoa in mythology is a woman.
Well, look, the fact is the wine was enchanted and either or spiked. But it was mainly enchanted according to the text. So
you'll also be happy to hear that in the Dragon Maid manga, as it's currently going on, Lukoa's sister is now a recurring character.
Oh no! Is she as busty as her sister, or is
she looks sort of like a mini Lukoa, and she's now got a syscon thing going on after that incident, and she's forcibly moved in with Shota because she's like, I want to be with you now, not because I like you, but because my sister likes you, and by being with you, I can be with my sister by extension.
So basically, Shota gets two.
Gets two very, very sussy dragons living with him, but the one doesn't want him for him. She just wants proximity to her sister.
I mean, in the end, Shota's winning either way.
Well, he doesn't want either of them.
Look, he doesn't want either one of them, but it's something. But he got both out of fate.
Yeah.
Plus, that's what happens when you. Plus, that's what happens when you fuck around with pentagrams and magic books.
Well, he comes from a line of mages, which is why he did that in the first place. And there's also like an arc where, like, as part of it, Lukoa ends up becoming officially his familiar.
I will say this though, Fafnir is my spirit animal.
Fafnir's best boy, okay?
He is. I wonder what Fafnir would say. Kill them all.
Fafnir goes to Comic-Con and tries to sell his fan comics, but it's literally cursed.
Yeah, also the fact that he plays Dark Souls and MMORPGs and it's just like, this is my boy.
Yeah. He comes to Earth he comes to the human realm expecting to hate what the human world has to offer, but he ends up just falling in love with video games and, like, weeb shit.
Like literally, he is 80% of all of us, I will say. He's 80%. And then you got Elma, which I feel for her. She lives the struggle we all live day by day.
Oh, and one more detail about Lukoa's little sister is her name is Quetzalcoatl, but just like Lukoa goes by Lukoa for short, she goes by Petla for short.
Oh God.
But yeah, she looks sort of like a mini Lukoa, except she wears overalls.
Oh God, let me guess. She just wears overalls and nothing else, right?
No, she wears a shirt underneath. She doesn't dress as scantily as Lukoa does.
Okay, I was gonna say danger, danger.
Also, as of the spin-off manga that details the daily life of Lukoa and Shota, she now has a job at his school as the nurse.
Oh no.
She enchanted her way into that job just so she wouldn't have to be at home alone all day.
You walked back in on the fact of one guy has two very busty dragons going for him.
Yeah, Lukoa is also in addition to having like mommy energy, and in a in a manga that's set in the same universe as Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, because all of Cool Kyoshinja's manga are set in the same universe. It's revealed that she is literally the mother of humanity. Like, she created the first humans in the lore of this universe. And this wasn't in a Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid manga that this was revealed.
Okay.
The thing you need to understand about Kokyo Shinja is that he's a madman who's working on, like, 10 to 12 different ongoing manga series at the same time.
Yeah, I heard, yeah, you mentioned that.
Like, it's hard enough to work on one on a weekly basis. He's working on, like, a dozen at once.
And this is why I'm saying this. We are not summoning other people from other universes into this plane of existence. If you're doing that, that is you two, or mainly you, Ari, throwing all caution to the wind.
But yeah, not only does Lukoa have the obvious mommy energy in addition to literally being the mother of humanity, as it was revealed, but she's also now a sexy nurse.
Oh, brother.
You know, all I have to do is get my hands on a Akanoe Ulmac, and I can easily create a dimensional portal between here and the Matoran universe, or probably by this point, Spherus Magna.
I mean, there's already a dimensional portal in the castle. It's the hole. Didn't you see the hole?
Oh yeah, I saw the hole.
I was okay. Note to self: I'm gonna keep the Belmont hole locked up, so you two chuckle fucks don't get to the books.
It's a hole in the very bottom layers of the castle. It's just the hole. I'm more worried. Currently, I'm not worried about the hole right now, though. I'm more worried about the giant space octopus.
Yeah.
The space what?
Yeah, that thing's an issue. I don't know why. I don't know how or why that thing is here.
Okay, yeah. I got two questions for you two. One, why, and two, who fucked around and found out?
Look, the hole was here before I took over the castle, so I don't know. It's the hole just comes with the castle.
You want me to take care of the space octopus for you?
Nah, I don't want to upset it. It's just kind of vibing, doing its own thing.
So what you're saying is it's literally just a pet.
No, it's not a pet.
Basically.
It's not in the castle. It's in space. The space octopus has to be in space, otherwise it would be an Earth octopus.
But you said there's a hole. But you said there's a hole at the bottom of the castle. So what's the hole then?
I mean, it came from the hole. It came from the hole.
Oh.
Yeah. See, here's the thing.
Oh my God,
it came from the hole and launched itself into space.
Richter, please give me strength. This is why I do not let my wife near the books. This is why I do not let you two chuckle fucks near the books. This is why I don't let anybody near the tomes. Because otherwise, one of you guys is probably going to summon something that I can't unsummon, and then we're going to be stuck with it.
Look, I didn't summon anything from the hole. Okay, the hole just stuff comes out of the hole. I can't really. I'm not talking
about the hole. I'm just saying I'm taking precautions against you two, including my wife.
Well, I mean, if you want something else that you might need to be wary of that came from the hole, there's also the orb.
Yeah, there's that thing.
Need I ask?
It came from the hole.
Did we say more?
You say it's an orb.
Yeah, the orb.
Are we talking like the orbs that I find every time an enemy is killed?
No. It is a living spherical creature that looks to be metallic, but is also incorporeal in that you cannot touch it, but it can harm you physically.
So basically, what you're describing to me here is Ozma from Final Fantasy IX.
I don't know. I've never played Final Fantasy IX. I just know it's the orb, and one time I was drinking coffee and it turned it into blood.
Okay.
Which, you know, as someone who's half vampire, that's not a big deal to me, but it did upset some guests that I had when it turned their coffee into blood.
Yeah.
Is that why? Is that why my tea turned into like iron flavored Kool-Aid?
I mean, what can I say? It's the work of the orb.
Brother.
Yeah, let's see. But yeah, you know, it's funny because the fact is, I really need to get my hands on the Kanohi Olmec if I want to, you know, unleash the power of the Mokuta and use his power as my own.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Okay. Question: This Mokuta thing or whatever. Do I have to worry about it?
I mean, he is the Master of Shadows.
I understand, but what I'm saying is this thing gonna go on a massive rampage that you can't control, and then I have to be the one to clean up this fucking mess.
I would debate that. I would debate his title as Master of Shadows, and it would be for only one reason: Shadow doesn't have a master; he's not a bottom.
He's talking about the apparition, not the hedgehog.
It's still a shadow that he's not the master of.
God, and I thought Blackmore was worse. Oh God.
Here's the thing, Ari. He is Shadow. The shadow that guards the gate. Now run along, or accept your doom.
Oh, I thought that was going to rhyme when you were going to say.
If I've had a,
I'm disappointed that it didn't rhyme. I'm disappointed you didn't rhyme gate with fate.
You know, if I had a piece of gold, if I had a gold coin for every time I heard somebody said to meet my doom in a fight, I'd be a very rich Belmont right now.
Well, I mean, you could also be a very, very rich Belmont by just whipping the right candles.
Look, that only works in Dracula's castle. I tried doing it in your castle. The only thing I found in there was some weird vibrator and I think a rotten piece of meat. That was it.
Look, I do have some money stored in some of the candles. The problem is it's Zimbabwean money.
Do you also have a vibrating unicorn horn? Because apparently that's what fell out.
Okay, that is not mine. That's Ariana's.
You mean to tell me that? Oh my!
That's new lore that you have to share with Lulu.
I'm gonna be up all night writing in my tomes tonight.
The tomes are quickly changing from a journal of your discoveries to just a trauma diary.
Look, I already have a box of spells that are questionable from everything my family has collected throughout the years that I'm trying to get rid of, and I already got enough trauma as it is.
Our time is limited.
Throughout these wacky journeys.
Well, I mean, I got a cursed object. I got a cursed object somewhere in my archives. It's an Astolfo plush that sucks your dong and calls you gay.
Oh God! And I thought the box of penis spells Trevor had under his bed was worse.
Anyway, time for more Ikaruga, because like I said, there's a lot of Ikaruga in the late parts of this game.
Welcome to Ikaruga Frontiers.
After a lot of just aimlessly wandering around trying to gather enough memory tokens so I could talk to Sage and trigger the last game of Ikaruga before the final game of Ikaruga, which is the final boss fight of the main story. Because yes, the final boss fight is not like a true supersonic battle, it's just a game of Ikaruga.
Oh my god.
But yes, I need to get my hands on the Kanohi Krakan.
As long as you're not trying to destroy all of humanity, or tip the balance of everything into chaos, you know what? Go for it. But
why would he tip everything into the balance of chaos? Chaos chilled out and got poochied away into wherever the hell he and Takal went. Yeah, you saw the animation of him. You saw the animation. You saw the animation of him going in. The animation, he just lifts up into the sky like Poochie did, where he's like, I have to go now. My planet needs me. Poochie died on the way back to his home planet.
You do know there are multiple iterations and forms of chaos. It's not just the damn Mizao.
Well, I mean, there's also Eris, the god of chaos, who has taken a couple different forms. There's the sexy form
there's Eris, the god of chaos.
She took. There's the sexy form that she took in the Sinbad movie by DreamWorks, and then there's the Madonna-inspired one from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Yeah, there's that chaos. There's a chaos that rules the chaotic realm. There's the water Mizao-looking thing that went with the female echidna. Is there any other chaoses I need to know about?
I mean, there is.
If you say anything, I swear to God.
Anything.
But yes, there is, after all, Unicron, the Chaos Bringer.
Yes, but he is not chaos. He's the bringer of chaos.
There's also the chaos. There's also the four-armed beast that was brought back 2,000 years into the past, into an infinite time loop.
Sounds like we are gonna need to get big. Aria, please tell me you still have the other 3 Chaos Emeralds I gave you to hold on to.
I've got my. You joke about that, but I do have some Chaos Emeralds in my collection.
I was gonna say, is that what that weird ass green gem I found outside in the forest was?
I do have the green one, and I have the purple one.
Yeah, your green one fell outside into the forest somehow. Apparently one of your creatures got to it.
No, that was just one of the fakes I've made as a decoy.
Well, apparently the spiders and the snake women outside love that gem.
Well, they can have it.
Look, they don't like it because of its power. They just look at it and it triggers their animal instincts to go.
So basically what you're telling me is it hypnotizes them and makes them brain dead.
What I was going to say is, yes, I did just reference the mostly forgotten Cartoon Network show, My Gym Partner's a Monkey.
Oh god,
that show was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was like a 5 out of 10, completely inoffensive, but not like great either.
Didn't one of the animals have a crush on the human?
Yeah, the giraffe did.
I don't remember. I saw a few episodes when I was vacationing in Mexico one time, and I'm just like, meh, not really too impressed.
It was it was one of those like mid to late 2000s Cartoon Network shows before the great drought of 2009 with the CN Real era that like didn't really catch on. Lasted, its contractually obligated amount of seasons and then just kind of fucked off.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Like Squirrel Boy.
Eh?
Oh, you don't remember Squirrel Boy?
Remind me.
The joke, it was the show about a boy that owned a squirrel that was voiced by Richard Horvitz.
Oh.
Squirrel's name was Rodney, and it had one of the worst theme songs ever because it's just like generic cartoony orchestral theme music accompanied by various characters from the show shouting, "Hey, Rodney!"
Okay, now I remember.
I don't think I ever saw that, so...
You're not missing much.
Good.
I almost wish I had asked you to mentioned Squirrel Boy to Richard Horvitz just to see if he even remembers working on that show, because no one remembers that show.
It'd be hilarious if he did. Had I known, if you had told me about that beforehand, I actually would have.
I forgot about that show until just now.
Chances of winning.
Yeah, it's like, oh, come on, what? Why of all times, now you have that core memory unlocked.
There was one show on Cartoon Network I watched a lot of that I actually liked, and it was Camp Lazlo.
Camp Lazlo I loved. It gave me one of my favorite running gags ever since I was a kid, which was just based on one line that stuck with me that my favorite character, Clam, said. 128,512.
Favorite thing from that whole movie was don't shoot the moon, we're loony for the Luna. And they keep chanting it over and over again. I think the reason why is because they thought someone was trying to blow up the moon or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I was trying to piss on the moon that one time.
Didn't you already do that and the damage still hasn't been taken care of?
Yeah, canonically in Sonic the Hedgehog, the moon was never fixed. It just rotated itself so the undamaged side faces forward at all times.
Well, in Sonic X, it was fixed. The only problem is Eggman tried to sell artificial sunlight and then tried to control people with it.
Yep.
All right, time for our finale. Eggman's got the last emerald and his sandwich, hopefully. Yes, he does.
Hey, Eggman, Koraidon wants to speak to you.
It looks better than a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sandwich.
Yeah, but don't forget that you have sandwich-obsessed bikes.
Don't you dare lose it.
I love that he threw the Chaos Emerald to him with the same hand that he was using for the sandwich.
Yeah,
all right, Super Saiyan Sonic, I guess, since he's got the Goku gear.
Ow.
And the way that the sandwich is just attached to his hand and he was holding it up to his face like that made it look like he was munching on the sandwich.
You know, funny thing, this is actually hilarious. At Fan Expo on Friday, when I was involved in the whole cosplay red carpet thing, it was just like a whole, like, they did it as more so, like, it was no contest or anything, it was just, like, showing off your stuff. So, while I'm standing in line, I'm, like, a few people ahead of some, officers of the Enterprise from Star Trek The Next Generation, and one of them happens to pull out a tricorder and starts trying to use it on me, and I'm just like, mine's bigger, and I pull out my Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP that has the Eggman Empire emblem stickered onto it.
By the way, we're fighting the final Titan, the most powerful one, Supreme, which has the end sealed inside of it. You know,
Bermuda was better.
Yeah, there weren't really any interesting mods to change Supreme's appearance. They were mostly just to modify its boss fight, like mechanics.
Yeah.
But it just grew angel wings made out of lasers. And it has a giant fuck-off cannon and, like, orbital drones that shoot out more blasts. It's basically a bullet hell boss.
Oh. So what you're saying is it's biblically accurate.
It's biblically accurate, yes. Kier said it wants to be Sephi. No, that would be if it had one wing.
If it had one wing and we heard ominous Latin chanting, then okay.
I mean, we do get the symphonic metal playing right now. This song is called I'm Here.
God, the weather is messing with my throat.
That's why it wants to be Sephi. It doesn't know how to be. True. I mean, that's a point.
Yeah, the weather,
like the thing about the end as a villain is that it's one of those rare cases where, like, the more you learn about its true nature, the less interesting it gets.
Well, if something is called the end, it just loses all meaning once you understand the end.
Yeah, because, like, the end as it portrays itself, and as it fancies itself in the story of Sonic Frontiers, portrays it as, like, this eldritch monstrosity that's just the embodiment of entropy and the end of all things. That is, like, an inevitability that that cannot be stopped and takes on, like, different forms depending on, like, who's viewing it at the time. But then, like, in some further, like, lore clarification on Ian Flynn's podcast, Bumblecast, where he, like, clarified what exactly the end is. He's like, no, it's not actually an eldritch monstrosity that's, like, a primordial force of nature. That's just a thing that says to scare people. It's actually just a big, scary monster.
Yeah. Like an alien monster that,
It's just a big, scary alien monster that fancies itself as a god.
Yeah.
What were you saying? What were you saying before, JKR?
Oh, that, yeah, it's like the weather has been, like, air quality has been, like, you know, off and on crappy up here for the past couple of weeks. Like, only recently did it actually start getting better.
Yeah.
All right, we just defeated Supreme.
Also, sorry if I interrupted you, JKR.
It's okay. But yeah, it's like, honestly, I can kind of see that as, like, you know, same. I can see that as a pretty interesting description of Unicron as well.
Well, just wait until you see the form that the end takes. Incineroar fan, hello! You showed up in time for the final fight of the main story. We're probably not going to get into DLC tonight because this took longer than I thought it would. But I hope you've had a good day and a good evening.
Yep.
But yeah, the thing about the end is, like, the end as we see it is not exactly how it looks. Like, canonically, it looks different for everyone who's looking at it. So for Sonic, what we're about to see is just what it looks like from Sonic's perspective.
All we did was chase it out of its shell.
It's basically like, I will take the form that you are comfortable with, except it's a form that he's not comfortable with.
I must do. I must.
Also, Incineroar fan, is that am I crazy or is that a Snorlax is working?
It is. Also, this is important.
Sorry, what?
Sage has to go fight the end, even though she knows it'll probably kill her. And that way that Mike Pollock delivered that go fulfill your function just pulls at my heartstrings. Because you can tell he's uneasy about it.
Like, I would love for someone to cosplay as Sage to walk around with me at a convention. Preferably, you know, a kid, but, you know, someone...
Or just someone shorter than you.
Daughter.
Okay, that was really sweet from Eggman. He just straight up said, "Be careful, dear daughter."
Yep.
Yeah, we're talking over a lot of important dialogue. I'm sorry about the yap that's been going on tonight. That's just kind of how we roll. All right, the end. It just takes the form of a purple moon.
He took your lives.
Yeah.
Are you going to let him do it all over again? I need your help. We can end this.
Like, for Sonic, at least, it takes the form of a purple moon. We don't know what it truly looks like.
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it, it's probably like some sort of, it's too alien for us to even truly comprehend, so that's why it takes these forms.
You have served your purpose.
Also, isn't this a riveting boss fight?
I am the all-consuming void. What can one bolt of golden light illuminate within this?
And yeah, it taunts you throughout the whole fight.
Traditional final boss fashion.
Who's the voice of the end in
It is two voice actors voicing the end together. Mike Pollock and Cindy Robinson. So it's Eggman and Amy voicing the end together.
Okay, I'm trying to hear the voice a little bit better. Hold on. Oh yeah, I do hear Mike Pollock in there.
It's
Yeah,
heavily
I do hear,
filtered, though.
Amy. Yeah, I hear
but can tell
Amy's voice actress too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can usually tell like whether or not it's the same voice actor, not because of like the exact tone of their voice or or how filtered it is. Usually just by the vocal pattern.
There's a certain timbre to everyone's voice that's instantly recognizable in most cases.
Yeah, that's how it is for me. Like, I'm able to 9 times out of 10 be able to like pinpoint someone's voice, like whoever is talking to me. If I can't see them, I just hear their voice and I'm like, okay, yeah, if I've heard that voice before, I'm like, yep, I know who you are.
Here said the end also looks like my face when I was 15. And also said the end looks pissable. Also, if you die, you start back at the beginning of the whole fight, and this goes very slow.
Does that include the cutscenes?
No, just the beginning of the Ikaruga section. It's why people don't like this fight. Not just because it's an anticlimactic final fight, but because it's a bullet hell segment where if you get hit too many times, you just have to start the whole fight over, including listening to this damn monologue from the beginning.
I was gonna say, if you had to listen to all those fucking cutscenes again, I was gonna be like, oh no.
No, this isn't Kingdom Hearts 1 on the PS2.
The funny thing is, the reason why... Go ahead.
I specify on PS2 because in the PS2 version you couldn't skip cutscenes.
There's no skippable cuts. You can't. Well, yeah, there was no skippable cutscenes. Pre 2000. God, I forgot when they did skippable cutscenes.
I mean, Kingdom Hearts wise, it was starting with the final mix versions of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, but which America didn't get until the HD remasters. But games before that had skippable cutscenes. It was just on a game-by-game basis.
Oh, okay.
Like Crash Bandicoot, you could skip every cutscene if you wanted to.
Well, this is my first time here. Well, in my sense, hearing the final battle of Sonic Frontiers. So that's why I asked. You said I had to start the whole fight over again. That's why I asked. Does that include the cutscene? That's why I'm.
Thankfully, no.
Details.
Yeah. No,
okay then.
For me, this is the first time I've actually seen the final boss fight in action. I had no idea it was like this.
Yeah.
I've only ever
and
seen,
even the developers were disappointed with it, which is why the DLC is basically just a better final boss fight and better ending. Because the final boss fight is this way because despite how long Sonic Team was given by basically putting their jobs on the line to beg for more time to polish the game, eventually they ran out of time and had to just cobble together this to have a final boss fight.
Yeah.
This is not how the ending of the game was intended to be.
Well, the DLC was supposed to rectify and fix that.
Yes, and that's part of why the DLC was... I say the DLC because it was technically a downloadable thing, but it was just released as a patch to the game, a year later. So it wasn't something you had to buy.
Oh, that's good.
And it wasn't even something you had to actively seek out to download. It was just... a free update to the game.
Hold on a minute. I just need to get out of the call. Hey Ari.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go for right now because Lulu wants me to go with her to get something somewhere.
Okay.
Am I dismissed?
You are dismissed.
All right. Well, thank you.
And I gotta start the fight over again.
Oh God! I wish you the best of luck in that fight, my dude.
Thank you.
All right,
have fun, Nico.
When are you streaming next?
Tomorrow.
What are you doing?
I haven't decided on the schedule yet.
All right.
We'll find out later.
All right.
Tell Lulu to inform you of what the schedule is going to be, because I always post in my server on Mondays.
All right, I'll have her inform me. All right.
Also, tell her to check what the schedule is, first of all.
Okay. All right, well, I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Later, Niko.
Also, tell her I said awoo. She'll know what it means, because she started it.
Yeah. Right. I don't know if he actually left the call.
Oh God.
He has to get Lulu to hang up for him because, you know, he can't see.
Oh. I didn't understand. I was like, okay, there it goes. I was just like, I didn't understand how he was able to hang up. I thought it was
he's on his phone, but he can't see, you know, the interface for Discord.
Oh. Oh, you're right. Yeah, I forgot he was still on his phone. Yeah, it didn't occur to me. I was just, I guess, I've been busy, so my mind is like, even though I know Lulu said that they were going to have internet back very soon, I forgot.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's for real this time, just for their own convenience, and so Lulu can start streaming again. So far, she's only been able to do 2 streams, which were basically just the same stream. It's just she did her first stream over again later that day, because she had not set Twitch to automatically store her previous broadcasts, so she didn't have a VOD of her stream. So she did it again without any announcement and not worrying about getting viewer interaction or anything, just so she could have a VOD of her debut, even if it wasn't technically the first version of her debut, so she could see like how everything looked and performed and how she sounded and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at the final part of the fight. I think. No, we're not.
The reason I asked earlier who voices the end was because I was thinking, like, oh, you know, the male voice sounds like it could be a good Unicron, but I was like, when I heard it was Mike Pollock, I'm like, okay, never mind, because as great of a voice actor Mike Pollock is, I don't really see him as Unicron. No matter how filtered his voice is, I can't see it as Unicron. Because you know how I am with, like, trying to find, like, the ideal voice actor to play the Chaos Bringer.
Yeah. Basically, you get 3 lives to do this fight. I've just lost 1.
Ooh.
It doesn't help that I'm not experienced in bullet hells. Granted, this is by no means the hardest of bullet hells, but having a bullet hell segment in a Sonic game is still pretty whiplash-inducing.
Yep. On fire and blazer!
I mean, this time the moon is pissing on us.
You glitter. You fly about me like a gnat.
This is the final part of the fight, I think. Yeah, it is.
I'm inevitable. I cannot be denied. You strike this incarnation with all your might. It changes nothing. You are not brave. You are not victorious. No matter what form I take.
It's 2 lives.
I've almost got this, Ari.
Like, this part's not about damaging the end. It's just about lasting until the ending QuickTime event triggers.
The end comes for you all.
Giggity.
So are you, like, holding down... Oh,
It's you use the shoulder button, like, in a, you know, PlayStation controller layouts, right?
Yeah.
Use L1 to shoot light shots and R1 to shoot dark shots. So it's not the triggers. Use the right trigger to fire your, like, screen nuke move.
Now or never.
Alright, time for the final QuickTime event. Where we yeet Sonic! If you play on anything but hard mode, this is all the boss fight is. Just the quick time event.
Heh. Sounds like a shooting star.
Yeah. And unlike Sonic Forces, it is possible to fail the quick time event.
Please, look after Father.
And, that was the main story final boss fight. Very underwhelming, very annoying.
Yep.
Which is why I'm excited for the DLC, but that will be next time that we do this, because we've been going at this for almost 4 hours.
Oh boy. Remind me, the whole thing with Sonic's friends returning to the real world, that wasn't a thing until the patch, was it? Or,
like where they're playable? That's in the DLC.
No, I'm talking about like right here. This whole
No. This was in the final scene. He freed them from cyberspace, but they fused their essences with him to purge him of his corruption. And now that all this is over and the end is defeated, they're free again. And Eggman, poor Eggman.
Yep.
And you get different ending themes depending on what difficulty you play on. A lot of people expected Vandalize to be the ending theme because that's what we were told pre-launch, but that only plays on normal difficulty. Hard mode, we get this song from the perspective of Sage.
Father, I just wanna tell you.
So that was the main story of Sonic Frontiers.
Nice.
Heavily modded, of course, to be shitposty, but there's not much I can do to change this ending.
No.
And I'm debating whether I want to skip these credits or not, because they go on for a while.
Honestly, that's your choice, my dude.
I can't skip them. They're not skippable. God damn it.
Well, shit. I blame Furret.
Yeah, you're going to see a name come up a couple times in these credits. That's Morio Kishimoto. He's the director of this game. He wrote the story outline for it that was then fleshed out by Ian Flynn. A big deal for why Morio Kishimoto gets some prominent features in the credits is because he was the director of a lot of the Sonic games of the 2010s that received either mixed reception or, in the case of Forces, were outright hated. And this was sort of like his attempt at a redemption arc that I think he succeeded in. Because even myself, when I heard he was directing, I was like, oh god, this game's gonna suck. Because I associated him with, like, the worst parts of Sonic in the 2010s. because he directed basically all those games. The only one he didn't direct that I loved was Sonic Generations. But he knocked it out of the park with Frontiers. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But I appreciate it for what it is, and think it blew my expectations out of the water. Yeah, this song is called Dear Father.
Okay. Let's see.
And for the first game that Ian Flynn was able to write for, I think he did a great job.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, he had never written for games before. He had only written, really, for comics.
Right. But honestly, dude is, I'll say this. He is what Ken Penders only wishes he was able to do, I bet.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's sad because the fact is, like, I partially sympathize with Ken Penders for, like, what he was originally trying to do, but he got too greedy was the problem. And he hasn't really let that whole thing go.
Yeah, he still hasn't all these years later. Decades later.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, come on, dude. Your time has passed. You know, there's a lot of stuff he did that I liked, but there's also a lot of stuff that he did that I hated. I do like some of the other characters he put into the Sonic universe, not counting the echidnas.
Well, the thing with the echidnas, apparently, why he was so he wasn't actually all that fascinated with Knuckles as a character or anything like that. It's just that since this was pre-Sonic Adventure and there was no lore established for Knuckles' ancestry or anything like that, Sega basically gave him free reign to do what he wanted with them. So it was the one area where, like, he was able to invent his own lore and society at that point, because he wasn't allowed to do much with, like, the pre-established Sonic and SatAM characters in terms of, like, their backstories or their tribes or their societies.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily that he liked Knuckles inherently as a character. It was just this was his playground to do new ideas.
Yeah, but then you also had to do... I still do not ever...
I'm not defending him in the slightest. I'm just giving a little explanation for why so much of his stuff was echidna-focused.
No, I know. I'm just saying, with, you know, despite some of the praise I gave him, I was just going to say I still can never forgive him for being responsible for SatAM Season 3 being canned.
Oh yeah, and he's still shit-talking the head, like, the writer for SatAM that tried to get Season 3 made. He's still shit-talking him 10 years after that man died.
Yeah.
You know, shit-talking him and telling his side of the story without, you know, the man he's shit-talking and telling these stories about being able to talk back, because he's dead.
Yeah. Right, not able to defend himself.
And no one believes him.
Good! I'm glad nobody believes him.
And this is another new song for the soundtrack done by Nathan Sharp, who you might know as Nate Wants to Battle on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I do have a few of his songs on my playlists.
Yeah, this song is called One Way Dream. This is a cool thing that Sega's been doing with Sonic stuff in recent years, is they've gotten, like, YouTube musicians who have done a lot of Sonic-related songs or covers or things like that to contribute to the soundtracks for new Sonic games. Like, they also got one of my favorite guitar YouTubers, Rashad EB, to do some guitar work for Shadow Generations.
Nice. I'm actually, right now I'm actually looking at the guest list for Anime Magic next weekend, because after stream I can let you know what who was all on this guest list and see if there's anyone you want me to try and get for you.
Yeah, obviously I won't be able to send something of my own over there in time.
No, I know, and I'm like, I'm sorry to have, been so indecisive. It's just like I can't tell until like nearly a week.
Bruh, I'm not holding that against you because I forgot it was even a thing until you started bringing it up yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. But if there's anything I can try and get you autograph wise, I will. If anything you're interested in, I'll definitely try and give it my best shot to get it for you.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything from you on such short notice.
Yeah.
But, anything that you are able to get or anything like that is definitely appreciated.
Yeah. And with that being said as well, I will, I can hold off on shipping the box of stuff to you,
yeah, just hold off on
like,
that
after,
until you get until you get David K's autograph.
Yeah. I know it's like, even though I got you his autograph a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's one thing to have an autographed
Beast
Wars Megatron toy. It's another thing to have a lesser known role of his get that is like very impactful to me get autographed.
Not to mention the fact is that since Richard Horvitz actually wrote on there, "Is that a piece of bacon?"
Yeah, you can have him write something to go along with that.
Exactly, that's why I'm like, it's the perfect opportunity. Like, I've got to do it just on the principle alone.
Yeah.
I'll see if Furret wants to chip in to get that as well. Because I know he really wants to get David K's autograph for himself and a photo. I'm not too interested in getting a photo with him because I already have one. So it's just like, dude's okay. Dude's great, but I only, to me, I'm thinking my costume.
Hold that
really
thought, we're about to see
anything.
the post-credits scene.
Okay.
Or we should be.
Please, let's see it.
Oh, sorry, one more message. This is a message they added in, that they added after the final patch.
We dedicate this game to all the...
Here we go, this is the post-credit scene that I think you'll like.
Oh yeah, I love this scene. I've seen cutscenes, so...
My girl.
God damn it. I love, say what you will about Mike Pollock as a person. He did such a good job as Eggman in this game.
Yeah.
Like, the emotional
honestly,
weight to his performance in this game is so good.
Yeah, I still want to eventually meet him and get his autograph just for the sake of, one, being an Eggman myself, I have to get a photo with him and his autograph. I don't fully agree with everything he says, politics wise, but still I gotta respect the man for being such an awesome voice for one of the best mad scientists in video game history.
Right. So that is going to do it for Sonic Frontiers tonight. We're next time we do this, which will probably be next weekend, we will get into the DLC and the alternate, probably now canon ending for Sonic Frontiers. Nice. I say probably now canon because they do have a just straight up different ending, and it's the ending that they always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And let's see who we are going to raid. I'm torn. Because I haven't done it in a while, we're going to raid the Booba Fairy, who seems to have a 3D model now.
Oh.
Yeah, Fairy Princess Ichika has a new 3D model. With body tracking as well, it seems.
Oh, okay.
Very glitchy body tracking, given that her boobas are so massive, but I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to JKR and Niko for joining me tonight. Go give Fairy Princess Ichika my warmest of welcomes. I'll see you guys tomorrow night with whatever I end up deciding to stream. Until then, unpleasant dreams.
Well, we're the boys of Chorus. We hope you like our show. We know you're rooting for us, but now we have to go.
Good night, everybody. Also, it seems she's streaming Vampire Survivors, so ties into what we were talking about tonight. See you guys later.